What is up, level uppers? Welcome to the Level Up Show, episode 171. I am one of your co-hosts, Andrew. I make the show Midori. Actually, your only host tonight for now. Dean is celebrating Memorial Day weekend, of course, and Greg is stuck at work at the moment, but he did tell me that he thinks he can make it later on in the show. Hopefully, the latter half of the show, we'll also have Greg. So it's going to be a little bit of a different night, but I decided, since it's going to be only me, that we would try to turn it into sort of a Discord night, which I think is perfect for E3 hopes and dreams. That is what tonight is all about. It's unrealistic, it's outrageous, it's all about sharing what we want to happen at E3, not necessarily what we think will happen at E3. So I'm going to be inviting a lot of people on tonight if you want to, keeping the Discord lines open throughout the entire show, really. So you can join me for TLUS Has No Game, for Level Update, for Community Question of the Week, and of course, Kelly, once we get her on the line here, she will be the operator, and we'll do one at a time, I think. We're just going to bring one person in at a time to talk with me as we go through the night. Welcome to everybody in the room. We got Alex, we got Hids, we got Moofy, Kelly, Diclonius Games, Dark Passenger, Brandon, and more. We got over 20 people, which is awesome. Thank you so much for coming in quickly. If you enjoyed the show tonight and you're new, just hit that follow button right here at twitch.tv/The Level Up Show. I will give you a shout out. You'll get notifications whenever we go live, which is all week long with variety streams, and then every Sunday with a gaming talk show. Just make sure to turn on your notifications, of course. And to finish off the spiel, Druckmann, don't forget that anything worth $5 or more will get you a spin of the prize wheel. That means subbing, resubbing, pledging on Patreon, cheering, tipping. All those will get you a spin of the prize wheel. Although right now we of course urge you guys to sub. That is a big deal right now. As you can see in the corner, we need 80 subs, and there's a reason for that. It's if we get there before the beginning of the fall, Twitch has promised us a partner spotlight on the front page of Twitch for a full week. That is a big deal. Very, very big deal. So if you guys could help us get there, maybe use Twitch Prime if you have that and sub for free, or you could do $5, $10, or $25 and sub that way. Thank you to people that have taken advantage of the new tiers. We have, I think, 4 $10 subs, and we have a $25 sub in Kelly Jellyfish. KP 2.0, if he's here, thank you so much again for becoming a $10 sub during my stream of Rhyme the other night. It is Memorial Day weekend, of course, so I especially thank you guys for joining me on this holiday. It might be a little bit of a light show tonight, but we're going to do our best. I don't really have anybody to bounce off of, so I think I'm going to try and get Kelly on the line. Hold on one sec here. Let me go to Discord. Operator, can you hear me? I'm going to wait for it.
Yes, I can. Sorry, I had to unmute myself.
No, you're fine. Welcome to the show, Kelly Jellyfish.
Thank you.
You are going to be the smooth law parader tonight.
I even changed my nickname to reflect that.
I saw. That's why I called you it. Thank you so much again for helping me out tonight. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's no problem.
So how has your week been? I'm going to treat you as my co-host tonight.
Oh, okay, great. It's been okay. Left work early on Friday, drove to Pennsylvania for the weekend, and now I'm back to play games all day Monday and just not do anything I'm supposed to do before the work week again.
That's cool. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you were able to get here in time. I know you had a busy day.
It's just, driving cross country. It's not super
Right,
far,
no big deal.
Driving is never fun.
We got our first tip of the night from Guitar Freak 12345, a $5 tip.
Oh, nice. Have you done a wheel spin?
I have not. This will be the first wheel spin of the night. This is
Yes.
for you. This is a good example of what's to come, guys. Anything worth $5 or more will, of course, give you a spin of the prize wheel. I did modify slightly tonight since I am the only host at the moment. Let's see what we got here. Google Translate. Jeez. All right. Guitar Freak, let me know of the language you would like me to translate to, and I will do my best.
Really quick, Diclonius Games is asking how to join the Discord. Diclonius, if you just click in the very bottom, it says voice channels. If you click TLUSQ, it should just auto join you.
That's if you have access to the Discord. To anybody who doesn't know, we actually have a very easy link now to get into our Discord. It is discord.gg/the Level Up Network. The link that's provided in the command there also works. I think it's a little different, but that one works too. We're now partners with Discord, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, that was so exciting. I saw that. I didn't
Yeah.
even know you could be partners with Discord. I didn't think that was a thing.
Yeah, one of our fellow streamers, one of our team members, Bobo Chat, he told me that we could become partnered and that pretty much anybody that is a Twitch partner can very easily become a Discord partner. So I took advantage of that and it worked out. Yeah. And I have a hoodie on the way. I'm going to be having a hoodie pretty soon.
Oh, exciting.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty excited about it because Discord is freaking awesome.
I love it.
Yeah, thank you for introducing me to Discord.
Hey, it was all Joey. It was all Joey's idea.
It was both you guys. And you guys have done a great job putting it together. Really appreciate it. Did I get any? What do you Afrikaans? Is that what he said? Afrikaans.
Yeah.
Is that a language?
Yeah, it is.
Oh no. I fear
I think
this.
it's spoken South Africa. I might be wrong. I feel like it's South African, like that the language they speak there.
Is it? Okay, hold on. I got to check this out. Afrikaans. Okay. He just chose the first one. All right, let me see. What does I love you translate to? Akat Julif. Akat Julif. Okay, that's I love you. Akat Julif. All right, I guess I need to come up with some type of sentence. I'm not in like a super goofy mood at the moment. I feel like I've got to turn on the goofiness for this here. All right. All right, let's see. I wish I had a co-host because now I've got to like put it together a sentence and kill airtime here.
You move on. I'll think of a sentence for you.
Really? Will you like copy and paste it to me?
Oh yeah. I'll just I'll direct message it to you.
Perfect. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, Gaddafi, you're gonna get a special sentence courtesy of Kelly. Make it super goofy, Kelly. As goofy as you possibly can.
I'm gonna try my best.
Whatever you come up with is probably better than what I would do right now, so that's perfect. Who else we got? We got Tobes just joined us. Welcome, Tobes. Warmcoat, I don't think I said hi to you. Welcome, Warmcoat. Tom Tree, nice to have you. Anybody who's new, especially, thank you so much for joining me tonight. It's going to be so much fun tonight. I love doing E3 Hopes and Dreams because it's all about putting together the most outrageous conference possible. And then next week, hopefully with the full crew here, we're going to be doing our realistic predictions where we really try and like bet on it, like try and get it right. We're going to do 8 predictions each. And then, as I've said before, we're going to compile all those predictions together into 30 randomized bingo cards that we're going to give you guys a link to. And you can choose which bingo card you think is the best one. And then on E3 Day, join us to see what happens. So that's going to be a lot of fun. All right. Let's see here. I'm ready to move into Has No Game, but I'm going to wait for Kelly to wrap up her sentence here. Because, Kelly, I think you're going to join me for Has No Game. And then after that, hopefully we can get somebody else to join me as well.
I just sent it. All
right. Kelly has sent me the sentence.
Oh, I mistyped it though. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Change.
Go ahead. Just go ahead and retype
it. To that.
Okay.
Just mixed up one word.
Okay. Hold on. Copy. I like this. This is good. All right. Let's see. I got to change something. Okay. I found it. All right. I am ready to go here. Oh, wow, this is a crazy language. Okay, this is a Google Translate for Guitar Freak 12345. Ashini rudig harlud in skus pterodactyl. Saldi posidu ni kurhalni. Huli magju dak vir donuts. Nui terwil G statig va terwal I upstain. Okay. I sounded pretty good, I thought, actually.
It sounded like you were speaking Klingon.
I've gotten that on several occasions now. You
just sound so harsh when you're saying it.
I feel like this is a harsh language. All right, well, here's what it actually means. I haven't read it yet, actually. If you run a red light and screech like a pterodactyl, the police won't pull you over. In fact, they may just invite you out for donuts while you all slow flap while you rise. I feel like that was a little bit prejudice against police officers. I feel like.
Maybe just a little bit. It may have been a little stereotypical with the whole donut thing, but
I'm okay with it.
I just kind of had to run with it.
I apologize to any police officers in the room. All right. Kelly, do you want to join me for TLUS Has No Game?
Sure.
All right, guys.
I'm not caught up on the recent game releases, though, so.
Oh, no worries. This is Has No Game, so this is the opposite. This is all about non-gaming here.
Oh, perfect. Then yes. I might do a little bit better at this.
3 non-gaming topics at 2 minutes each. Are you ready, Kelly?
I am ready, but before I say that, Diclonius Games, I see you in general chat. If you move to the queue, you will be gold.
Perfect. First up, I saw another Last Jedi story this week about Mark Hamill, and I didn't realize before, this is an old story, partially, that he was not happy with Rian Johnson's version of Luke Skywalker. Did you know that?
Really?
Yeah,
I did
he
not know that.
it was like the total opposite, he said, of what he wanted Luke to be in this movie. And then more recently, somebody tweeted at Ryan Johnson saying how they were concerned about that. And then Ryan Johnson tweeted back saying, "Imagine how I felt when he told me this." And then, of course, Mark Hamill chimed in and he said, "Like many times, I was wrong." So that's exciting. What do you think, though? What do you think Luke's going to be like in this movie that Mark Hamill originally was so down on his character?
Well, for me, I remember, and granted, I haven't watched the Star Wars movies in a while, but from what I remember, he was super into being a Jedi. He was like, I'm a Jedi like my father before me. He wanted to learn as much as he can about it. So I'm wondering if either maybe him, with the all Jedi must die thing, if
Right.
that's something, a piece of the story that just hasn't been revealed to us yet, or if it's just out of character, because it seemed at first very out of character to me. I was like, that's off, and I don't know if that's just to get us to be interested in the movie, so we'll go and watch it, and so we'll go, hey, what piece of the story are we missing? But
Right. Something had
I
to
don't know.
happen in between the two,
It
right?
just seemed, yeah. So I mean, it just seems very strange that Luke does not want to be involved with the Jedi and wants their life to end, I guess.
Right. Oh, sorry, I was refreshing the camera there, guys. Yeah, he also, I know, he was very into the idea of Luke being like the hero of the entire franchise. And I think
Mm-hmm.
maybe now that Rey's the new hero, maybe that kind of turned him off a little bit at first. But he sounds like he's come around, so that's good news. Next up, topic number two. The Metal Gear Solid movie director actually wrote a book in order to win the director's seat on that movie. He said, quote, "I spent 3 months of my life putting together this massive book to say, this is how important this property is to me. And I don't care if you don't hire me. I need to do this for myself because if you give this to somebody else, I just need to be able to say I did everything I could. So I made that book and it just started going up the ladder, meeting after meeting after meeting. And eventually I got the job. As I brought in writers, I basically took them on this weird journey where I brought them over my house and I designed this weird course where I would load up the original Metal Gear and I had the writer play that for a while and just teach them this idea of stealth gameplay. I would let them play that, and generally anyone was able to play that because anyone could pick up that game of that era and understand the mechanics of it. That played for an hour or so, and then I would jump forward and then they'd load up Metal Gear Solid 5 and say, this is where it jumps to. You just saw the beginnings of this, and over the course of 30 odd years, this is where it took us, so you see both ends of the spectrum. This is the same guy that directed Skull Island. I didn't know that until recently, but I will say I had no idea he was this big a fan of the franchise, and that's very promising to me that at least the person involved is so involved in the story of Metal Gear and invested in the last 30 years of the franchise.
Yeah, I mean, I personally never played Metal Gear, and I never really got into Metal Gear, but as a principle, I mean, just with the absolute failure of Assassin's Creed, and I think that made me worried for any adaptation of a video game into a movie. So for him to be so involved in Metal Gear Solid, and for him to really, really want to capture the game and portray that as true as he can into the movie, I think that's promising just from a principle standpoint.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Metal Gear, as you know, is one of my favorite franchises. So the idea of getting somebody this into the
Into it,
franchise to
yeah,
direct
and who's
the
going to
movie,
really try to stay true to it.
yeah, I mean, that's all I could really ask for. Let me know how off the video and audio is, guys, if it's early or late. And lastly, another Disney adaptation is in the news, Pinocchio, which I actually didn't realize was being adapted as well for live action. They have somebody they are courting for the director, and it's Sam Mendes of American Beauty, Skyfall, and many other big films. What do you think of all these Disney animated films going to live action, and which ones do you think kind of deserve it, and which ones do you think they should just stay as animation?
I definitely think the older ones probably deserve it. So Pinocchio. I see Snow White on the screen. Snow White. I think the newer animated ones, they've had their spotlight. They've had their time in the light, and I think we need to kind of shine back on that classic era of Disney. So I don't know. I really don't know what to expect with Pinocchio because they tend to make the live action ones a little grittier,
They do, yeah, I
a
agree with
little
that.
darker. Like Beauty and the Beast, as much as I loved it, was a little darker than I was expecting. So I'm really curious to see how they take Pinocchio and turn this into a live action.
Yeah, with Beauty and the Beast, especially at the end when they're all turning into inanimate objects, I was like, wow, this
Hmm.
got really dark suddenly. I was actually
I
tearing
was
up a
not
little bit.
expecting that. I was like I knew how it ended because I've seen the movie a billion times,
Yeah.
but I was just like, are they gonna die? Like what?
Yeah,
So
right.
it really threw me. So and I know that fairy tales actually in their original form, like the Brothers Grimm, they tended to be more dark and gritty and more like cautionary tales than fairy tales. So for them, the animated version tends to be more kid friendly. So I
Mhm.
think maybe the live action is kind of a nice in between of cautionary and gritty and also family friendly.
Yeah, it's
But
not
I'm
just
really,
Pinocchio; it's also Dumbo. They're working on that one right now,
really,
and those two films, Pinocchio and Dumbo. When I was younger, I always looked at them as these weird psychedelic, like trippy films. That
yeah, like they don't, I can't even tell you what Pinocchio and Dumbo are about. Like they're just kind of all over the place in my memory.
I know. So I'm very interested to see how they adapt those two. They're not my favorites. I will say that definitely not my favorites. I admire the animation, especially with
Hmm.
Pinocchio. Considering the time that it came out, the
Oh
animation
yeah.
is stunning. Snow White, all of those were just absolutely stunning at the time. So that's it. Did they do Snow White yet? I guess they have, but not Disney. They did Snow White and the Huntsman with Kristen Stewart.
Yeah, yeah, they did she kind of saves herself. I guess a more feminist take of Snow White because the animated version is very much I'm gonna sit here and do nothing while other people save me. So I think it was just a different take in a different era. Um, but I'm kind of glad that they're not just spitting out every Disney princess movie that's ever existed. I'm glad that they're going to Pinocchio and Dumbo and the non-princess Disney movies,
Yeah, definitely. Lion King. I mean, that's
Hmm.
probably the
Yeah.
most
Lion King,
desired, I
Jungle
would say.
Book.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, I loved The Lion King, so I'm excited for the live action.
Jungle Book really was better than I feel like it had any right to be. I don't know. The story and the original film, I don't think is great. I think it's fine. I don't know. I just was never
It's
that
good
into the
for a
Jungle
kids
Book.
movie.
Yeah, I guess. And but I thought the live action one was really well done.
It was really good. The only complaint I have with it is the I want to be like you. It was just so out of place,
Hmm.
and it just killed the mood. I was like, you're supposed to be this, parallel of a mob boss, and you're singing to me.
I
Like
know.
it just kind of I was like, I don't find you threatening anymore. Like I was scared of this guy, and then he started singing, and I was like, oh, never mind. I'm not scared of you anymore.
To
So
those
I
in the
feel like
chats that are having issues with the audio and video, it does seem like a refresh works. I think the new transcode options that Twitch has implemented, they've kind of messed with that a little bit. So sometimes if the audio and video is out of sync, just a refresh seems to do the job.
yeah, mine was out of sync. I refreshed it, and now it's perfectly synced up. So
Yeah, it's weird. I'm not sure if like they separate the video and the audio now as part of their transcode on Twitch, and it becomes out of sync as a part of that. So there's more than one thing that we need to worry about now when it comes to
Joey, I
broadcasting.
liked the song. I liked it. It just felt out of place. I feel like they could have incorporated it in a different way or just maybe change the tune so it's not so upbeat and positive. I don't know. It just made a really intense scene comedic and it just kind of ruined the mood for me. But I still like the song.
Yeah, no, it was one of those parts of the film where it just kind of took you out of it because Christopher Walken's voice is so recognizable that
Hmm.
it's like I'm not hearing King Louis right now. I'm hearing Christopher Walken.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know,
That's exactly it. It ruined the immersion of the story for me. It just kind of I was back in the theater and I'm like I'm watching an animated version of Christopher Walken
yeah.
sing
Sometimes it's
to.
better when you're like, I recognize that voice, but I can't pinpoint who it is.
Hmm.
You can recognize it's somebody that's well known and it's a great voice actor, but it's like I don't know who it is. Like a lot of the characters in that film, for instance, the head wolf, that was Giancarlo Esposito, who was from Breaking Bad, and I was like, I recognize this guy's voice, but I can't place it. That's what I like. I like
Yeah,
those
there
kind
were
of
so many.
choices.
I was really surprised when I left the theater and was looking up the cast. I was like, I know that guy, and I know that guy, but
Hmm.
the acting was the voice acting was so well done, and the movie was so realistic that I they sounded familiar, but I guess I wasn't just as concerned of who they were because I was so involved in the story.
Yeah.
So.
All right, Kelly, why don't you bring in a third person to chat with us for a moment, if you can?
I
Who's
will.
first
I
on the
don't.
list?
Well, I think Diclonius is trying to join, but he's having issues with Discord.
Okay.
So I think he's on the web browser version. I don't know.
Okay.
I've been trying to watch chat and see. But if anybody else wants to get in here and chat, just, join in. I'll move you in. Andrew's not too bad to talk to, I guess.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Well, while we wait for somebody, what have you been playing this week? Just Overwatch or anything else?
Yeah, I have been playing Overwatch. I've been looking at the Humble Bundles that come out and just kind of seeing if anything piques my interest. There was a game that I was really looking forward to that is slipping my mind right now. That I'm sure I'll think of as soon as I leave.
Speaking of Humble Bundles, Kelly was so kind as to give me a lot of her Humble Bundle games for giveaways, and we're going to be doing 3 of those tonight, as well as the sub and Patreon giveaway tonight, which is a $20.
Nice. I think I have more, actually.
Really, do you? Well, we're doing a $20 PSN card tonight as a part of our sub and patron giveaway as the last show of the month. So it doesn't have to be PSN. Exciting. It can be something else too, whatever you guys have access to, whether it be Xbox or Steam or PSN. It'll be a $20 card of your choice. And we'll be doing that later.
I have more. I have Black Mesa, Event Zero, Tumblestone, Slime Sand, Layers. I don't know any of these games. Kingdom New Lands Royal Edition, Layers of Fear Masterpiece Edition.
Wow.
This is the April.
I don't know any of those games. I'm so out of touch.
I've never heard of any of them.
With the PC stuff, with the Steam stuff.
It seems very indie. Yeah. And if I'm remembering correctly, April was the Witness. The Witness was in that bundle, so I got the bundle specifically to get the Witness. I didn't give a crap about any of the other games.
As for what I played this week, I started Rime.
Oh, I heard. Everyone was like, "Oh, we missed you." I'm really sad that I missed it.
It was a good stream. We actually had the community manager from Greybox for Rime join the stream, and he tweeted out the stream. We got up to like 60 viewers.
That's awesome.
At midnight playing the game, and it's a really, really cool game. It's so obvious that there's like inspirations from Team Eco and Zelda, and God, it's everywhere. I mean, even Uncharted. People were bringing up Uncharted, Journey. It's everywhere. There's so many little inspirations of games that I love.
Archived.
Yeah, it was a good stream. It's entirely puzzle based, really. It's a lot like The Witness too, as well, where it just kind of like drops you on this island and doesn't give you any explanation of why you're there.
I got a lot of Witness vibes just from the cover art of it. I was like, that seems very, puzzly lost, discovering kind of.
Yeah, definitely. Joey says the reviews kind of killed Rime for me. I'm not sure why, Joe. It has like an 82, I want to say, on Metacritic. It reviewed very well. Considering especially that it was, thank you for the resubscription. Considering especially that it was removed from exclusivity with Sony, that was a huge red flag for everybody when that first happened, and caused a lot of people to be concerned about the quality of the game. Considering all that, I would say that it's better than I was ever expecting. But that's just me. I'm only a few hours in, about 4, I would say. The puzzles are great.
Are you going to keep streaming it?
Oh yeah, I'll definitely stream it for the next week or two until I'm finished it, because it's around 10 hours, I want to say.
That's not too bad.
Right now, like, all you have to go off of is there's this cloaked red figure that you're constantly seeing and trying to catch, it seems. At one point, a certain puzzle reveals a fox that is also guiding your way. And there's like hieroglyphics. How do you say that word?
Hieroglyphics.
Hieroglyphics. Throughout the game that kind of leads you to believe that there's a king and his son, and you seem to be like the son, because in the drawings the son has a red cape the same way you do. So it's very minimalistic in the same way as a Team Eco title. It's not giving you a lot to go off of, but there is a story there kind of being told in the background, which is cool.
Maddie and you told me how to say his name before, and I've forgotten. Kikyo.
It's either Kikyo. Well, actually, I think it's Kiko. Actually,
Kiko. So Maddie and Kiko are in the queue. Maddie was here first. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring him in.
Okay, cool. And while we bring in one of those guys, I'm gonna do a wheel spin for Neck Guy. Thank you so much for your resubscription, man. This is for you.
Maddie, are you here?
Yeah, I'm right here. How you doing?
Hey, Maddie, how you doing, man?
Hanging in there, bro. How you doing?
Doing great. We're just spinning the wheel for Neck Guy at the moment. What do we got? We're going to do 100 XP to the entire room. Thank you so much, Neck Guy. Way to go, room. 100
You know,
all. Maddie, since we're on the topic of what you've been playing, did you play anything this week?
I've been playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Switch. I got to go back to Zelda eventually, but I've been trying to unlock some stuff in Mario Kart
You say it was on the Switch or not on the Switch?
on the Switch.
On the Switch. So you have a Switch. How are you feeling about the console so far?
So far, so good. I mean, it's kind of in the vein of the Vita, kind of where it's getting those console quality games
Right.
on the on the portable console,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm liking it so far. I mean, they got some decent games coming out over the first couple of months. So
What are you most looking
hopefully,
forward to?
right now, let's see, in June they got ARMS coming out. I played the
Right.
beta of ARMS, and that was actually really good. It was a lot of fun. And eventually, let's see, Splatoon comes out in July, and I'm looking forward to that. They got some good stuff.
Yeah, I remember when ARMS was first released, the reaction was so poor. Just the name alone, everybody's like, "Really, ARMS? That's what you're calling this game, ARMS?" And just that it seems so motion control-y, and that's kind of what people wanted Nintendo to get away from. But then the more recent trailers and the beta and all this came out, and it's looking so much better than anybody expected it to. Yeah, a lot of people are really excited for ARMS now. They've got a good slate, really, with ARMS, Splatoon, and Mario at the end of the year, and whatever indie stuff they have in between that. They're doing pretty well, and they've actually I think their forecast for this year is now 18 million, which is amazing.
You actually don't have to use the motion controls with it. You're
I
able
know,
to play
yes,
it
I do know you don't have to, but I think that it's kind of meant to be used that way, right?
Yeah, that's Nintendo has their gimmicks, so
Right.
they're going to try to push it as much as they can. But they understand like people like to play with the Pro controller and all that, so you're going to be able to play it without the motion controls.
Yeah, that's good that they had the option at least, but I would think most people would want to play the game the way it was designed to be played, and from all we can tell, you should play it with the motion controls. That is like the way they're pushing it. That is going to be the fun way to play this, moving around, really getting active with it. I think that you're going to get the most out of ARMS that way, but I haven't played it myself, so I don't know. You have played it, you said, at the beta?
Yeah, Nintendo has these global. I can't remember what it's called. Global something or other.
Okay.
And when they did it for Splatoon already, they did it for ARMS, and it's basically a beta. The
And
only
did you
thing that
play it
bugs-
with motion controls, or did you play regular?
I played a regular.
You played a regular, okay.
I honestly haven't hooked my Switch up to my TV yet. I've been playing on the portable, the handheld.
Okay, that's true, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the way you have to play it if you're playing portable, right? So,
Yeah, the only thing that bugs me about the beta system that Nintendo has is that you can only play it for like an hour, and they schedule these times where you can actually go in and play it. That's kind of, I don't know. It's kind of like it limits you. It limits your how much you have access to it.
right. Well, that's cool. I'm going to move into community question of the week, Maddie. You want to join me? You still there, Maddie?
Sure thing. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, cool. We're going to get into community question of the week. We don't have Dean here this week to do any dream crushing, but I'm not going to do any dream crushing at all because this is all about E3 hopes and dreams, and that's exciting and it's positive, and we're going to treat it that way. So the question is, the Level Up Show is boarding the hype train to E3 for the first week on this journey. We need you to describe your most outrageous hope and dream for this year's E3, no matter how unrealistic it may be. Your hope dream can be from any E3 conference, and make sure to include some theatrics. First up, we have Kelly. Kelly Jellyfish said, my hope is that Fable is not canceled and is making a massive reveal for E3, hashtag still sad. Operator, are you there?
I am here, and I love Fable so much. I'm hoping that they're stealthing it, and it's a one big publicity stunt, and they're going to swoop in and go, psych! Here it is! And it's going to be the best game we've ever played, and it's going to change our lives. It's not going to happen, but
wow,
one
yeah,
can hope.
High hopes there. Well, let me ask you, like, are you expecting like a reboot of Fable, or do you want a sequel?
No, I think they're done, but I would want I wouldn't mind a Fable, because they did kind of remaster the original Fable, but they really didn't add a lot of content to it, because it is a pretty short game.
Right.
And I do and I don't like that the following games were all, they are true sequels. They're not spiritual successors or, same universe but different characters. I mean, they're true sequels to one another. So I think if they were to release a fourth one, I would actually like, a new character, new family line, new story, what's happening, what's happened in Albion since we left. A little bit more RPG feeling. I did like the choices that you had, and I did like how they affected your character, but I feel like you didn't have a ton of freedom with your character in terms of how you played it. Like, you were either good or bad. You know what I mean?
Right,
So
yeah.
I would have liked to be more just free to make real choices, and it wasn't so, left or right, or the opposite ends of the spectrum, and so extreme. But it's all wishful thinking. It's never gonna happen.
KP says, considering Lionhead has closed down, do you still want it? I mean, from a different studio?
I mean, I would be willing to give it a shot. I think sometimes some of the best games that come to a franchise are fan-made or have fans involved. So I think if the right group of people got together and, were passionate enough about staying true to the game and delivering something that was new without being completely irrelevant or different to the story, I think it could be worth playing and worth trying.
Yeah, I'm definitely not against that. New blood can be exactly what a franchise needs sometimes. And that one kind of, it went downhill. Not all because of Lionhead. I think a lot of that had to do with Microsoft as well, and what they were pushing Lionhead to do. But still, bringing in fresh blood would be nice for that franchise. I think it's a franchise that still has a lot of fans, and I hope that they are willing to eventually bring it back, maybe after some of the ill will has died down.
Yeah.
Next up, who was after Kelly here? We had GFN21, who said, my unrealistic hope for E3 this year is for the Sony conference to open with a teaser trailer for a new Spyro game, also developed by Insomniac. Insomniac is a big studio, and they do work on a lot of games at the same time. But who knows? I mean, they've obviously got Spider-Man in the works right now. And they're also doing VR stuff still, I believe. Not all of their VR games have released. Who knows if they're doing like another Sunset Overdrive. I don't think that they would announce another Spyro game from Insomniac right now, considering Spider-Man. If they are working on one, they would save it for down the line. I just don't know if Spyro is something that holds, like, for instance, you had Spyro Skylanders or whatever it's called, right? But nobody bought Skylanders for Spyro. They bought it for the gimmicky, toy collection thing. They didn't buy it for Spyro. So to make like an actual Spyro game nowadays, I don't think would have a massive audience. It would have to be treated like a Crash Bandicoot trilogy reboot, or like Parappa the Rapper, being remastered for PS4. Just something that's there for that niche audience, just to be like, hey guys, we appreciate you. You're fans of Spyro, and we want to cater to you. Is what I expect. Maddie, are you still there? What do you think on that?
Yeah. Well, the thing about Spyro is I think Skylanders is that whole world. It's that whole Spyro world. Spyro is included in that property. The fact that Sony doesn't really own that property anymore with their first or third party companies, I think the most you're probably going to get out of Spyro would be a remaster. I don't think that you're going to get a Sony exclusive Spyro game. You might eventually get a Spyro multi-platform. But then again, the whole platforming genre has just been kind of downhill lately. It's like, it's been relegated to like indie games and things like that. You're seeing more
even Yooka-Laylee didn't review very well. It did okay, and I think the people that were wanting an old school platformer, they got that out of Yooka-Laylee, but I do know that the reviews were pretty harsh on that game. And I agree with you. I think if we got Spyro, it would just be a remaster of the original 3 in the same exact way as they're doing with Crash Bandicoot. I have a feeling Crash Bandicoot isn't going to be exclusive in the long run. I have a feeling the first year will be exclusive, and then Activision will bring it to Xbox as well. But and if they did Spyro, I would expect the same thing. It would start off as like a 1 year exclusivity with PlayStation, and then it would go to Xbox after that. All that being said, I think that if they did that, it would have its audience. I think a lot of people would be really happy about that. It would be a cool announcement for E3 that would cater to the longtime PlayStation fans, which is always a good thing to do at E3. Although maybe even a better thing to do at like a PlayStation experience where it's really all about speaking to the fans. But
Definitely, but the thing is, you got to look at things like the how a bunch of people want Jack and Daxter or something like
mm-hmm.
that from Naughty Dog, and Naughty Dog has gone well beyond what Jack and Daxter was. They're making these mega games with stories, with emotions. It's like, do you really want a Jack and Daxter game from these companies now?
Not from Naughty Dog. I always said if anybody were to do it, I would want it to be Sanzaru. They seem like the right choice for a game like that. The ones that did the Sly Cooper Thieves in Time, they did a great job bringing that original franchise over and staying faithful to it and delivering a great game. So they're kind of working their way up the developer list with Sony, and they haven't quite gone to a big title yet. Jack and Daxter, not huge, but I think it would be a pretty big title for Sanzaru. And they could prove themselves with it. They could try and do something really interesting and prove themselves as one of the top tier Sony developers that deserves more attention, you know?
Of course, yeah. And I mean, I know they're re-releasing Jack and Daxter. I guess they're re-releasing
They are,
all
yeah.
three of them. Yeah. So I don't think it's really in their best interest to do a remaster of that if they're just going to re-release the originals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it is the remaster that's coming to PS4 recently. A lot of people are talking about that, wondering like, why are they remastering this right now? Like, there's got to be a reason for this. They're trying to, look behind it all and see if there's something more to it. I don't have my hopes up for anything, but I would be there. I would definitely be there if they did a Jack and Daxter sequel, reboot, whatever. That is one of my favorite franchises from PlayStation 2 era. And I actually like it more than Ratchet and Clank, as I've said many times. I really like Jack and Daxter a lot. All right, next up, let's see what the next comment was. We had Film Fan 2011. He said, I would like Sony to announce PS5 for next year. With a 4K drive, unlike PS4 Pro, may persuade me to not get an Xbox Scorpio, which I intend to. I would be able to use VR without swapping a heap of cables every time. So it sounds like he wants cableless. Let me back up a little bit here. He wants cableless VR. He wants 4K Blu-ray drive in the box. What do you think of that one, Maddie?
I'm going to play Dream Smasher on this one. I'm going to say that it's not going to happen.
No, not this year, no.
Not this year. People are thinking that Scorpio is basically Microsoft's way of forcing the hand of all the other console creators. I honestly think that Scorpio is basically going to be a PlayStation Pro type situation. I don't think it's going to happen until probably not another console, maybe until 2019. They're probably going to go out with The Last of Us 2.
I 100% agree. Everything you just said is exactly what I would have said. Yep.
Yeah, and it's going to go out the way it should. I don't think they're going to cut the console generation short.
No. 6 years seems about right. End of 2019, holiday. I do think it'll have a 4K drive inside. They didn't do that with the PS4 Pro, but in 2 years they will definitely incorporate a 4K drive into the PS5, if we want to call it that. As for VR, I'm still not quite sure if we're to the point where VR is ready to be bundled in every console. It's possible. It depends on what production costs are like and if they continue to go down. I think that we're not quite to the quality the VR needs to be either, though. So even if production costs are going to get down, it's going to be offset by the fact that they're probably going to need higher resolution screens. That's one of the big complaints with the PlayStation VR, is that it's too low resolution, it's blurry. So by upgrading stuff like that, it's just going to keep the price where it is now, around $300, $400. And that's not something you can bundle in with the PS5. That's a ways away still, I think. I'm still of the opinion that VR is the future and it will eventually become a big deal. I just don't know if we're there yet.
I honestly don't think that PlayStation VR is going to be bundled in with anything, because you look back at the Kinect situation, how everyone flipped their wig about the Kinect being included with it,
right?
And with the Xbox, and it's just not good practice to force these peripherals on the console saying that this is how you have to play the game. This is another way to play the game and should be separate.
Yeah, I agree with that. Next up, My Dark Passenger wrote in. He said, let's see. I would love for Microsoft to yammer on about the Scorpio only for Sony to announce PS5 with specs that make the Scorpio look weak sauce. That and a Game Pass-like service for PS4 for $5 a month that goes active as soon as they announce it at E3. So we'll skip over the first part there because we just talked about PS5 and our expectations on that. As for a Game Pass-like service, I do expect Sony to modify PS Now a little bit in the future to just be a little bit more competitive with the Xbox Game Pass. I think that it does certain things better than PS Now, and I would like to see a version of PS Now that is more Netflix-like, where it's just a certain amount of games that you can play, and those interchange in and out, and it's cheaper, and that you can download them to your system as opposed to being forced to stream them. I think that that is definitely a limitation for a lot of customers, the idea of having to stream these games. It doesn't always work.
I really think that Sony is going to announce an iteration of PlayStation Plus that is going to include PlayStation Now. I think it's going to happen, and it might be a few dollars more, maybe about $100 a year.
Maybe,
but
yeah.
It would be best to do that because honestly, I don't hear anybody talking about PlayStation Now and how they use it and everything, and they're probably losing money on it at this point.
I would agree. Anecdotally, I hear nothing about PS Now. I used it when we were doing the Trophy War, and it actually worked surprisingly well. There was barely any latency for me. I have a great internet connection, though, so I was surprised at the quality of it. And I think it has potential in the future when speeds continue to increase and there's less throttling and all of that. But right now, a Game Pass like service makes more sense to me, and I do think that tiers of PlayStation Plus would make sense. I'm actually a little surprised they haven't already done that, to have certain tiers. So yeah, I would not be surprised if that comes true, Maddie. Next up. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Before you go, I honestly think that PlayStation Now is sort of a beta situation on what PlayStation and what the other consoles want the future to be. Eventually, it's all going to move to digital, and you can only have so much space on a hard drive. So right. I honestly think that PlayStation Now is part of what they want it to be eventually.
Yeah, they're pretty smart in that way. They like to get their foot in the door pretty early on. I think that's partially what PSVR is. I think they knew PSVR wasn't going to sell crazy numbers. They knew it was going to sell about 1 million, nothing crazy, but they wanted to get their foot in the door. They wanted to get some market share, some mind share, and then continue with that in future generations, which is smart. That's what they should be doing, stuff like that. Thank you to, I believe that was a follow. Thank you to the follow. Next up, we got a really long comment here from Ginkgo Swag who said, CD Projekt Red walk out on the PC gaming stage. Lights go out with a remaining spotlight on Konrad Tomaskiewicz. If you say that, I don't know how to say that, but he announces that Cyberpunk 2077 demo is available worldwide right now. Boom, shadow drop. They tell us to make sure to finish that demo quickly because guess what? The full game hits the market in 1 month. Everything is thrown into a frenzy until everyone in the audience is gone on their way to play the demo. CD turns around, hands the mic to Gabe Newell, waiting to announce Half-Life 3, and whispers in his ear, "Looks like you took too long, buddy." Mic drop. So definitely going with the theatrics and unrealistic here. I mean, I have no idea where Cyberpunk 2077 is. They haven't really talked about that game at all in a really long time. I don't know if this is the year to reveal gameplay of that. When they do, though, I'm very excited to see how absolutely gorgeous it will look. If it's anything like The Witcher, it'll be phenomenal looking. As for Half-Life 3, I think we should just give up on that game now. I really think that's never happening. What do you think, Maddie?
I don't think we're going to hear anything about Cyberpunk. I can only imagine that they started making the game as soon as they were done with The Witcher.
Yeah.
And after making The Witcher, Witcher was a really involved game, and they maybe needed to take a little bit and get stuff together. Cyberpunk seems like another one of those projects where there's going to be a lot of work put into it, and I honestly don't think we're going to hear anything until maybe next year.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I think it's still pretty far away. But that would be a cool surprise. I'm not against that idea. I think it's a possibility. I think Half-Life 3 and all that is definitely not. I wonder if Steam and Valve even consider Half-Life 3 to be viable anymore. They're doing so well with their other franchises and with Steam, and I don't think they need to do it anymore. I don't think they really feel the desire to, or they would have already done it. I just think it's been too long. I don't think they need to do it anymore. They've got other things that they can focus on that make people happy. So that's my opinion on that one. All right, and the final comments in this part of the community question of the week. We're going to read a few more later on topic of the week. Oh wait, no, that was the last one for now. That was the first 5. We have another 5 later on. If you guys didn't know, we are now exclusive to Discord when it comes to community question of the week. Just go to discord.gg/the Level Up Network. It is open to everybody, and I will post another question this coming week for you to answer, and you might be featured live on the show, like those people were. Maddie, thank you so much for joining me for that segment, man.
Of course, man. It was my pleasure. You have a good night, all right?
All right, you too.
Take care.
You too. See ya. All right, we are going to go to the first commercial break of the night. When we come back, we are going to be giving away Metrico Plus as the first part of the Steam Humble Bundle giveaways. And then we are going to get into the level update. We're going to be talking about the Uncharted film. We're talking about Far Cry 5, of course, and more. We'll be back in approximately 90 seconds. So hold on tight. Ryan 6T. Welcome back, Level Uppers, to the Level Up Show, episode 171. This is a gaming dedicated talk show on every Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. If you like what we're doing at any point, please just hit that heart button right here at twitch.tv/the Level Up Show. I will give you a shout out and turn on notifications so you get alerts whenever we go live. We're on all week with variety game streams, and then every Sunday here with our gaming talk show, the Level Up Show. We are utilizing Discord tonight. We have 4 people in the queue ready to join me. If you would like to get in the queue as well, just go to discord.gg/the Level Up Network. It is open to everybody. We're bringing you guys in to discuss stories with me since Dean and Greg are not here yet tonight. Right now, we're going to do the first giveaway of the night. It is for Metrico Plus on Steam. It is going to be a ticket raffle. So it is going to be 500 XP per ticket, and you can purchase a total of 5 tickets maximum. So we're going to start that right now. There you go. And Law Parader, who is first in line? It was Kiko?
Yes, it was Kiko. Do you want me to move him in?
Yep, Kiko can move on in. Kiko, can you hear me? Kikio, can you hear me? Nothing from Kiko.
I can't. Give me
There we go. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Hear you on stream. I can't hear you in Discord. Give me 1 sec.
We're waiting for Kikyo here. In the meantime, let's get into the level update. Guys, this is our weekly discussion of the week's biggest gaming industry news. All right. We're waiting for Kikyo here, and we're going to discuss a pretty big story this week.
I'm not sure why I'm not hearing anything.
Kikyo!
Can you hear any of us in the Discord, or can you only hear us through the stream?
I think that's your answer.
Sounds like it. Yeah, I think that's my answer. I think it's just the stream.
Yeah.
Only for the stream. So
Yeah,
it's like a super delayed
There's
response.
that delay.
Let me restart Discord and
Okay,
I'll be
do we
back.
just
You
want to
can put
move?
somebody else
the
in.
Yeah, we'll
next
move on
person
to the
in?
next person for now, and then Kikyo will be next in
All right.
line after that.
All right, so next up is Diclonius.
Diclonius. Jose, can you hear me?
Oh, hold on, he's not. Wait. Oh, now he's here.
Jose, can you hear me? Jose!
Oh no! Technical difficulties.
That's all right. He said in the chat, who still uses MySpace besides tweeners, not allowed on Facebook? So he's here. He's just
I know he was having a few issues earlier trying to connect. Johnny says, "I'm slipping. Get your crap together."
Hey. You should definitely post that I am the law right now.
Oh, I should. Hold on.
There you go.
It's
She
gonna
is
be
the
delayed
law.
on my
Don't
end.
mess with Kelly.
I am the law.
No,
Okay,
God,
so one,
no,
two.
God, please,
I guess we can just
no,
move Heeds in until Diclonius and Kiko can
Yeah, that works
figure
for
out
me.
what's going on.
No, God, no, God,
A
please,
whole lot
no,
of Michael Scott
no.
knows going on in the chat right
I
now.
know, I hear it. I don't know who's doing it, but I hear it. All right, Heeds, we're moving you in. I don't see him active in the chat, so I hope he's there.
Heeds, are you there?
Yep.
Yes, Heeds is here. How you doing, Heeds?
Third time's a charm.
I'm doing okay.
Let me turn up
Been
your
off a couple
volume
of
a little
weeks,
bit.
you know.
All right, I put you on max volume. I want to hear you well, Heeds. Heeds, we're about to get into the first story of the level update here. It's a big story. Are you ready?
Probably.
All right. So, Tom Holland is young Nathan Drake in the Uncharted rewrite. Deadline writes, Sony Pictures is bullish enough on its upcoming Spider-Man Homecoming star, Tom Holland, that the studio is doubling down on the young actor by building a second major franchise around him. Holland is attached to star in Uncharted, in what will be redrafted as a prequel to the treasure hunting action storyline in the Naughty Dog video game franchise for PlayStation. Sean Levy is still directing the film that will take its inspiration from a sequence in the third iteration of the video game series that focused on the young thief Drake and his first encounter with the professional rogue Sullivan. This reformulation of the franchise was an inspiration of Sony Pictures chief Tom Rothman after seeing the latest cut of Spider-Man Homecoming. The studio has tried for years with various directors to get this video game to launch a franchise. With past scripts from Joe Carnahan, David Guggenheim, and Eric Warren Singer, Sony Pictures will now set a new scribe to draft a storyline that captures the protagonist as he grows into the treasure hunter, Nathan Drake. Hids, is this the right way to go about this?
No.
You don't think so? Do you think they should do it at all? Are you just kind of completely against the
I'm
idea?
not supporting this at all,
No.
to be
Okay.
honest.
I
Just
think-
because you can't really fit the whole story into a movie who's like 1.5 to 2 hours. You simply can't do that. And especially when they talk about, oh, we are going to do the Last of Us movie. No,
Mhm.
you can't fit the whole
Now,
thing,
isn't that
the
what's
whole game.
kind of smart about this decision, though, is the idea that they're taking just a very short sequence from one game in the series, focusing on young Nathan Drake, and trying to turn that into a film. Because, yeah, I agree. If they were trying to do the whole entire first game, second game, third game, or fourth game, you can't do that. It's a 10-hour to 20-hour storyline stuffed into 2.5 hours. But if you're taking just young Nathan Drake and his meetup with Sullivan and one adventure with those two characters, maybe then that's something that you could turn into a film franchise.
It can work, but it will piss off so many fans.
You think it's going to piss off fans?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, they want Nathan Drake. They want the Nolan North Nathan Drake that we've come to know and love.
Oh, yes,
But
and I'm included there.
Tom Holland, I have to say, is a pretty inspired choice for young Nathan Drake.
I guess so.
Just removing the idea that, we don't want young Nathan Drake or whatever. I think it's pretty inspired, at least. He's a very fine actor. He's very acrobatic. He's coming off of Spider-Man, which is really great news for this franchise. To have Spider-Man be the star of your video game franchise. That's pretty unexpected, wouldn't you say?
I guess.
Are there any video game franchises that you think would make a good film? Hits?
Not a movie, but more like a TV series.
More like a
Because
TV
it's
series.
Yeah, because it has way more potential to fit in the whole story. and
Yeah, I'm not
explain stuff. It's really hard to do that with movies.
right. And I guess that's why you were probably pretty positive on stuff like Netflix getting The Witcher and so on.
Yeah.
That I agree with you there. I think TV series make more sense for video games, especially something like The Last of Us. There's no way you could really tackle The Last of Us in a movie. They're going to try. They're going to do their best. But, I mean, if you were to turn each Netflix season of The Last of Us into an actual season, being like, summer, fall, winter, spring, make it a 4-season series on Netflix, that makes a lot more sense to me than doing one standalone film for The Last of Us.
Yeah, I agree.
We asked a question in the chat. It's what percentage chance do you think this version of Uncharted film has of getting made. What do you think? What's the percentage chance that this film actually gets made?
To be honest, I would say 80%.
80%. You think this is going to happen now? This is it.
Oh yes.
I would agree. I
I
think
think
that
it would happen from the start, but even though they didn't agree on it and they didn't read the script,
Mhm.
Naughty Dog that is.
Right. I
would
think that this
happen
is the
anyway.
closest we've gotten yet. It's gone through a lot of different hands. Mark Wahlberg and Bradley Cooper, I think, was attached at one point, and just, it went everywhere. I think this is the most likely scenario right now for this film to actually be made. And we're seeing in the chat as well that the top voted selection is around like the 60 to 80% range. So
Yeah, it's the most relevant choice.
yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to stay optimistic just because I do like the idea of Tom Holland being young Nathan Drake. I'll be a little disappointed not to have, you know, the Nolan North type Nathan Drake that we know and love. But it would be cool if this franchise really goes for 5-10 years and we see Tom Holland grow into this role and grow up as the Nathan Drake that we know from the video games. That would be pretty cool. But
Yeah, it will be.
I'm an
Catch a
optimistic
new
person
audience
though.
Also, so.
Yeah, I'm being optimistic. I'm trying to be as optimistic as possible.
Yeah, it's understandable.
Yeah. All right. Hey, thanks for joining me, man. It's nice to have you on the show.
No worries.
All right. Take care. All right. So yeah, you guys ended off at pretty positive on it with 60 to 80% likelihood of this film getting made. I would agree with you. I think we're finally there. I think this is going to happen. Kelly, are you still there?
I am still here.
What do you think? Do you think that this is going to get made, and are you at all positive on it?
I think it's going to get made, but I think it's going to get made for the wrong reasons.
Okay.
I think the same of Assassin's Creed. I think the reason that a lot of these video games are being turned into movies is because they're trying to monopolize on their popularity. I don't know that I don't know that the directors or the producers or the actors really care about the video game and really care about the story that it has to tell.
Right.
Because video games, to me, especially with games like The Last of Us and Uncharted and really story-based games, it is just a medium for storytelling. It's a book, it's a movie, it's a TV show that is just more interactive. And so to take that experience, and that experience is integral to the storytelling. If you were to just watch a 40-hour movie, you know, to mimic the 40 hours of gameplay, it just wouldn't be the same. It would just be get it over with, you know, because we expect one thing from movies and we expect one thing from video games. So to try to take the video game and translate it and condense it, I mean, I agree with Heath, to try to condense all of that into, 90 minutes, 180 minutes, however long they want to make their movie, you're not going to connect with the characters. You're not going to connect with the plot. I mean, if you could, that's really great storytelling, but I just don't see it happening.
Yeah. It's going to be tricky for sure. I think it's possible. You know, there's been plenty of movies that have grabbed me and made me emotionally connected in a very short amount of time. It comes down to the writing and the storytelling and the acting, especially. If you can deliver that emotion and get us connected to these characters in a short amount of time, especially the people that are familiar with the video game franchise and are going to have very high expectations. It's going to be hard to...
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're going to be... I think Tom Holland is a good choice.
I think so, too.
But I mean, I think you're right. I think the movie could be perfect, and the diehard fans would still not have their expectations met because you just can't meet that feeling of when you play a life-changing game for the first time. I mean, just nothing beats that feeling. And so to try to have it recreated in a movie, just kind of, it feels like it cheapens it almost.
That might be the reason this is the best course of action, though, because they're trying to separate themselves from the video games in a sense. As I said, the only time we got young Nathan Drake in the way they're talking about is an hour in Uncharted 3. We got young Nathan Drake in Uncharted 4, but that's clearly not the story they're going for here when he was with Sam and all that. They're going for him meeting Sullivan. And that's such a small portion of one game in that series that, they don't have to compare in a huge way. It's not like everybody's gonna be looking at this and be like, oh, they cut this out, they cut that out, they changed this, they changed that. It's like, no, they're expanding upon a very short segment.
They're providing exposition for another game. And I think that's going to be a safer route, but it still makes me nervous. Not that I'm a huge Uncharted fan. I think I've played maybe 30 minutes of one game, just because I played it on a friend's PS4. I didn't have a PS4. But I mean, people say amazing things about the game, and from what I've heard, it's an amazing franchise. So I just worry And Joey knows my whole theory about this. I just worry that they're cheapening the experience of video games just to get that dollar amount. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're trying to expand their audience. That's what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
And I feel like they've gotten all of the video game audience they possibly can. It's like anybody that's familiar with video games right now, they know what Uncharted is, and if we haven't grabbed them yet, it's because they don't want to play the game for whatever reason. But if we can get them in a movie theater seat and maybe like get them to enjoy the film, maybe that will bridge that gap and get them to jump into the video game or bring them into video games at all. Who knows? They're trying to expand the audience as much as possible.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, I'm trying to remain optimistic because I still would love to get to that point where we have video game movies and video game television that is high quality. We're not there yet, but I'm just waiting for it to happen. Who is next on the list? Do we have Kiko working?
Oh, you know what? That's right. I forgot I said Kiko. I'm sorry, Moofy. This is going to be awkward, but I got to bump you back out. I totally forgot that I had moved Kiko back up to the top of the queue.
Yeah, so Kiko is first, and then I think Diclonius Games.
And then Diclonius, yeah, and then Moofy.
Yeah. Don't worry, Moofy, you will get in here as well. All right, so we're going to try and get Kiko on the line.
Kiko, can you hear us now?
I'm here. Yep.
Yep, there we go. It's working. Kiko, how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Doing very good. Welcome to the show. You are part of the Level Update right now. We're going to go into the second story of the night. Another big story this week. Far Cry 5 has officially been revealed. I'm going to go through just a few tidbits. There was a lot more information that came out than what I have here, but we'll keep it condensed for the moment. Kotaku writes, teased in the spring slot that Ubisoft actually reserves for announcing and hyping Assassin's Creed games, the new Far Cry is getting a push by the mega publisher as the ideal shooter for our precarious times. It's also a game in which you'll be able to have your dog rip out a guy's throat and bring his gun back to you. Sounds amazing. Gameplay really showed us was full of the usual gunfights, explosions, and flamethrowers. Ubisoft says Far Cry 5 can be played solo or entirely in two-player co-op, and it'll even have a map editor. It's about blasting through a section of modern Montana controlled by a Bible-thumping madman who runs a heavily armed militia. You're up against the father, Joseph Seed, who along with his family has spent the last dozen years sinking deep roots into the fictional Hope County while establishing a cult called the Project at Eden's Gate. In exchange for the series, you can choose to play as a man or woman and pick your skin color. You're a junior deputy on the police force, though how you wound up in Hope County remains a secret. What do you think, Kiko?
I'm pretty stoked. I've not had any other of the Far Cry's, but this one's probably the first ones I get. I'm super big into open worlds, like Tom Clancy's Wildlands.
Right.
Was totally up my alley. Played a bunch of it. I'm glad that they're doing two-player co-op.
That's the most exciting thing for me. Yeah. And this is coming from somebody that's not really a multiplayer gamer. But I've never been into the Far Cry series. It just never grabbed me. And the idea of being able to play this with one of you guys or play this with Dean or play this with Greg, that does attract me a little bit towards this franchise, just to have that community feel, if nothing else. That's pretty cool. I will say that even though I really like what they're doing, I like that it's ballsy to kind of take the times right now in America and bring that into the video game in a sense. I don't know if this is really a setting that I want to be in. The tropical settings, the prehistoric settings, those were kind of cool and interesting. This one, it just, I don't know, for me personally, I'm just like, I don't want to be there. I don't want to be involved in that. Do you feel it all the same way where it's kind of pushes you away at all, this, religious cult setting?
Yeah, I'm curious of why they went with that whole religious thing, because I don't know if it's painting a bad rap for that audience, but I don't know. It's different that they went with that route than something like most of us wouldn't. I don't know. The other ones like prehistoric, we can't really relate to that, but I don't.
But nobody will get offended by it either.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. It's not like we have cavemen nowadays are going to be like they did this wrong.
Yeah. So I don't. That was the only different thing that I thought about it that was like, okay, whatever. But I think it's going to be different that it's like kind of in modern times. I think would be kind of cool. They
did come out and say as well that they're taking the lengths necessary to make sure that this religious cult comes off as extremist and not as how a casual Christian religion or Christian church or whatever should be viewed. They want to make that clear distinction that these are extremists. This is not an attack on Christianity in any way. It is definitely a Christian cult. You can see that by all the imagery. They're not shying away from that. But I think they are already taking some precaution here. They're a little concerned that they are going to offend people, and that's why they're coming out at the very beginning and saying these are extremists. This is not an attack on Christianity.
I probably think you could probably correlate the extremists in the video game to someone, say, like the Westboro Baptist Church. Like,
Right.
They consider themselves the church and the Christians, but they're totally not, because they are the extremists. There are those far opposite ends of each spectrum. But so yeah, I think if they cover their bases, I think they'll be okay.
Right. And they were even asked, is Trump in the game? Is Trump mentioned in the game? Stuff like that. And they said, I don't think they really say who the president is. It's supposed to be modern times. It's supposed to be present day. But they said that they felt it would be too on the nose to like call out Trump. It would be a joke that was too easy, is what they said. So I don't think they're going to go in that direction whatsoever of relating these times or this religious cult to a time where Trump makes these things more casual, you know?
Yeah. And like, is even Hope County an actual place? I mean, I don't know.
I don't
anything
believe
about
so,
Montana,
no.
But like, so they're going for fiction, but non-fictional at the same time, in the aspect of like, we're setting it here in America and Montana, but everything else is kind of like it, but it's not really set at a real place.
Derek from the chat says, is there a wall? I think that would be hilarious if there was. Not in Montana, that's for sure, but that would be funny, just as like a symbolic thing, if there was a wall.
See one off way in the distance out there.
Yeah,
somewhere.
just like there's this massive wall. There's just no reason
Maybe
for it.
that's what bounds in the edge of the map, because there's got to be there's always something in open world games that block you from going.
Yeah, instead of having invisible walls, they'll have an actual wall.
Have an actual wall.
That sounds like exactly what they should do. Ubisoft, if you're listening right now, that's exactly what you should do. Yeah, I think it's very cool. I like that Ubisoft at least has the balls. I keep saying that, but it's what it is. Like they have the balls to go in this direction, and really like the Division, was about bioterrorism. I'm trying to think. They've done it before too in other circumstances. I'm trying to think of another situation where they've kind of taken the times and applied them to their video games. And I think that's cool. I like that they try to incorporate what's going on in the world in some way, shape, or form into their video games, into their narrative, into their symbolism, whatever. I like that. It's interesting that they at least give it a shot.
Yeah, I think even Wildlands, I would say, because it's set over in like, I'm blanking. It's set like over in South America, but it's like drug running, cartels. It's exactly what's kind of like going on over there. So You're just basically like one of 4 people came in from America to try to figure out and take out the heads of the cartels, and you're working your way up through the ranks. So I think that even kind of symbolizes what's going on now too in different places.
And Maddie F and Matt said in the chat, Watch Dogs 2, another perfect example of cyber terrorism being an issue nowadays. That's cyber terror, as Trump would call it. Yeah, so they really try to tackle all the different present day issues with their video games, and that's interesting to say the least. So yeah, we're gonna definitely keep an eye on that one. Kiko, thanks for joining me, man.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Everybody check out Kiko. He streams all the time. He's a part of our Twitch team. Everybody follow Kiko. You can put your link in the chat too if you want to.
Okay.
All right.
Well, thank you, man.
No problem. See you later.
See ya.
All right, let's try to bring Diclonius in. Hopefully the second time is the charm.
This is a good story for Jose to join me on. Hopefully it works.
Can you hear us?
Jose! He said it was okay for me to say his name that way.
Jose.
Welcome to Megan. Yes, I am alone tonight right now. Dean is not joining. He is away for Memorial Day weekend, and Greg is stuck at work. But hopefully he'll be able to join me for the latter half of the show. There's Kiko's link in the chat, guys. As I've said, he's a part of our Twitch team, and you guys should go follow him, check him out. But it doesn't look like we're going to get Jose right now.
No, it does not look like it. So I believe next is Moofy.
That is correct. Moofy is next. Murphy.
Hello.
Hey, Moofy. How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right.
Welcome to the show. You are here for a very special story.
Uh-oh, what's it about?
Well, you're just going to have to wait a moment here. Because there's a little music that goes along with this.
Oh, no.
What was that sound? You probably couldn't hear it, Moofy, but I could hear it.
I don't have the stream muted, so
I'll be ready! Oh, don't you fear! Forever and always, I'm always here! Yeah! Moofy, delay watch.
Oh, if I could hear that, I could have so played into it. Dang it!
I'm sorry, Moofy. We are in delay watch. A very big delay happened this week. Red Dead Redemption 2 has been moved until 2018. They said, quote, "The purpose of the delay for Red Dead Redemption 2 is to make sure we deliver the most extraordinary we're capable of providing." They missed a word there. Probably experience. Most extraordinary experience we're capable of providing. We have not run into particular issues. We are building a new game from the ground up for the first time for new generation consoles, and the pressure that we put on ourselves to deliver excellence and to delight consumers is extraordinary. We want to make sure that the appropriate time is taken to do the very best job we can, and that's what consumers expect of Rockstar Games, and that's what Rockstar Games typically deliver. So we support emphatically the label's decision, and we are utterly confident that it will improve in time to be wise first and foremost, creatively and artistically, economically as well. They did say that it will not be early next year. It's more like late spring is I think what we're looking at. It was originally fall 2017, as you can see on the screen. And we're going to have a poll in the chat for you guys. Will Red Dead Redemption 2 hit the spring 2018 date, or will it get delayed again? The options are A, it'll come early in the spring 2018. B, it'll hit late in the spring. C, it'll get pushed back into the summer. D, it'll get pushed back to holiday 2018. Or E, it won't come out until 2019. Moofy, what do you think?
Well, I'm always one to always be wary about AAA games and when they announce. We've seen it with Breath of the Wild. We've seen it with GTA 5.
Right.
All these different games, you can't really put a firm date on them, even if it's just like a quarter. If they say it's like going to be a year later, it's kind of like, you kind of take it with a grain of salt now. And in the case of Rockstar, they haven't really said anything since the reveal trailer. So it was either going to be, so at this point in the game, it's going to be E3 or bust for them. If they didn't have anything lined up for E3, they were going to announce a delay now.
Right. I mean, we've been calling this for months and months now. Everybody on the Level Up show has said this is not coming out this year. We were pretty confident on that for the same reasons that you just named. And just, it seems like delays are becoming more and more common with Rockstar because they know that it doesn't matter what they do. People are going to buy their game when it releases, and people are going to trust them too because they are so consistent with quality. They're delaying the game because it needs to get delayed, because it's going to be a better experience, a more quality experience. As a result, everybody trusts them on that. They've had a few snags in the road here and there. GTA Online is an example of that, but for the most part, they are a phenomenal studio, and I don't believe Red Dead Redemption 2 will be anything other than that.
And I think too, this is a good example of just keeping it going, making your game perfect. There's just not enough developers that go for that level of perfection before releasing their game now. It's just basically these guys, maybe CD Projekt Red, Nintendo, they don't want to they don't want to release, you don't want to put a game out there and have it full of bugs or whatever. It seems to be a lost art now, and I'm actually glad they're kind of doing it.
Yeah, Provo Ball in the chat says delays are more and more common with games today. I think it's just the nature of development right now. With HD development, with new generation consoles, there's just more and more issues that you can run into, especially when it comes to online connectivity, and just the social aspect of everything is integrated into games in such a way that it's very easy to mess up things on that day one launch.
Yeah, things like Scorpio 2. It's like, who knows? Maybe at E3 they have an Xbox Scorpio announcement or whatever, or even the PS4 Pro. Yeah, we're probably working on some sort of 4K compatibility there. That's going to take time. It's new technology.
Right. Scoozy says the first Red Dead Redemption was delayed like 3 or 4 times. So there's another example of delays from Rockstar. And Ryan says GTA Online is the most played thing on Xbox and PS4. No surprise there. I mean, I think GTA 5 is now at 80 million units sold. It's getting up there towards like original Mario levels. Like, it's ridiculous how many units GTA has sold. Personally, I've always enjoyed Red Dead Redemption more than GTA. Where are you on that, Mufi? Do you like Red Dead Redemption?
Honestly, I've never played the original Red Dead Redemption, so I can't really answer that. It's like I've also in terms of GTA though, I've always kind of gone towards like the GTA 3-ish era. My favorite is still San Andreas.
Mm-hmm.
I played a little bit into 5 and I like it, but I've still lean towards the older ones just a little bit. Maybe it's a nostalgic factor kind of thing.
Right. No, I gotcha. Yeah, I'm really excited to see if they show anything at E3. Do you think that they will, considering the delay?
We'll see. I think it would be strange for them to not show anything at E3. But it all depends on where they are in the game and how comfortable they are with showing it off, really.
Right. They did reveal a few new images around the same time as the delay, and it looks graphically just amazing. It looks so damn good. So I would love to see that in motion. But considering the delay, maybe that won't happen. Maybe they're going to wait for their own little event later in the year, because Rockstar typically doesn't feel the need to cater to E3 or PlayStation Experience or anything else. They just kind of do their own thing because they know that they can.
Exactly.
So we shouldn't expect something, I would say, but I'm hopeful that we get at least a trailer. It would be cool to get a trailer at E3, if nothing else.
It's like, would be nice. I kind of feel like an idiot because I haven't seen anything since the reveal. So yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while. When was the reveal trailer? Very early this year, maybe?
I don't even remember. No, it would have been around at the latest holiday last year.
Yeah, it might have been last year. I actually don't remember if it was late last year or early this year, but it's been quite a while. Oh, you know what? It was. Damn, when was it? Somebody in the chat's gonna have to fill me in because I'm trying to remember if people were speculating if it would be at PlayStation Experience, and I think that they were in December, so it had to be revealed already by then.
Yeah, because for them to reveal it sometime this year and then announce a delay, that's pretty quick.
Yeah, definitely. It's like it's early on to announce a delay too. It's to try and get it out in front of it, which is good. It's better to do it now than in like September, a few months before when it was supposed to be released.
Yeah, because the way I see it now, if you're going to announce a game at the start of the year, you're probably going to be prepared to show it at E3.
Right. Gravy Biscuit says it was revealed in October of 2016.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. So there you go. Hey, thank you so much for joining me, man. Very nice to have you on the show. Hope we can have you on again in the future.
It's like, I'll try.
All right. Level up.
Level up.
All right. Smoofy. Murpher. Very nice to have you on the show. Let's go back to the poll here. It looks like the number one choice is that it'll arrive late in the spring of 2018. Also, a lot of votes for that it'll get pushed back till holiday.
You like that, baby? Let him know where I came from, yeah!
Kelly.
I am the smooth operator boss now.
Thank you for the tip and a new Adam Sandler hook as a part of that $20 tip. That one's never been revealed before. Thank you for that,
Oh,
Kelly.
I missed it. What did it say?
It said, plenty more where that one came from, yeah!
Oh,
From
I
Happy
had
Gilmore.
the stream turned down, so I wasn't hearing myself.
You have
Damn it.
unlocked a new Adam Sandler hook.
I think that's two
Kelly.
now that I've unlocked.
Yes, you have unlocked 2 Adam Sandler hooks. Thank you so much for your tip and for the message, smooth operator.
The smooth operator boss.
Boss.
Although I don't see KP 2.0's hit points going down, so that's disappointing.
Tips are not working.
Tip again to hear it. Tips aren't working.
No, not for the boss battle. I can't get them to work. Cheers work and subs work, but
Oh, okay.
I can't get the tips to work. Hopefully they get that worked out. It does link with stream labels and stream tips or whatever the site is called, and I have it linked up and all
Streamlabs?
that. Streamlabs, that's it. I have it linked up with Streamlabs. It should work. It's just not. So
Yeah.
hopefully
Johnny
they get that
says,
worked out.
tip again to hear it.
Yeah, so that is, you have unlocked a $20. That is the $20 sound. It is plenty where that came from. Yeah, from Happy Gilmore. All right. We are going to go on to the trailer of the week. I don't know if I'm just going to discuss this one with you, Kelly. And then when it comes to
Okay.
level update, we'll bring in whoever is in the queue.
Yeah, it was supposed to be 9 Fox. Oh, there he is. He disappeared, but he came back.
Okay, so when we get back to the level update, we'll move on to 9 Fox. All right, guys. I'm wondering if I want to turn this into a segment for our YouTube. It is
You should. Better safe than sorry.
Okay, then we will. All right, I'm going to introduce this then. Welcome, level uppers, to a live reaction time. Game of Thrones Season 7, the first trailer has officially released. We got Kelly on the line. Welcome, Kelly.
Thank you. I did not know we were watching this, and my heart's about to leap out of my chest. I'm so excited for Season 7.
I haven't watched this trailer yet, actually.
I haven't either. I had no idea it was even out.
So
I'm so excited. I'm so nervous.
we get to do it together right now. Let's check out the trailer for Game of Thrones Season 7. This is the first official trailer. Check it out.
Enemies to the east. Enemies to the west. Enemies to the south. Enemies to the north. Whatever stands in our
Arya
way,
looking like a Stark there.
we will defeat it. We're the last Lannisters.
Man, Cersei looking evil.
I have so many thoughts. Oh my goodness.
I was born to rule the Seven Kingdoms. And I will.
Ooh. Got her own throne.
Your father and brothers are gone, yet here you stand. Last best hope against the coming storm.
Oh my god. The scale, you can tell, is much larger.
If we don't put aside our enmities and band together, we will die. And then it doesn't matter whose skeleton sits on the Iron Throne.
Oh my god. Holy shit. The size of the dragons now. Man.
Oh my gosh.
The scale and the production, you can tell, is kicked up.
I mean, this is the final season, isn't it? This is ending everything.
This is the final 2 seasons. I kind of like almost like part 1 and part 2.
They're breaking it up. Okay.
Yeah, so this one is going to be, I think, 7 episodes, and then the final season, I believe, is 6. So it's like the last 13 episodes are split through 2 seasons here. But
2 seasons split over the next 2 years, because I might cry if that's true.
That's the problem. I agree with you there. Like, if they're gonna lower the amount of episodes per season, please shorten the distance between the 2 seasons.
I can't wait another Johnny. I need new pants too.
If we have to wait a whole year for 6 episodes, that's gonna be real tough.
My mind.
Yeah. But holy shit, like Cersei on the throne looking so evil. And some of the battle scenes there, man.
Do you remember the scene in, and well, obviously spoilers for people who are not caught up on Game of Thrones, the last season where Jon is fighting and you think he's going to die and then, he's surrounded and the scale. I saw so many of those in just this season.
I know. Usually they reserve that for like episode
epic.
9.
Like, yeah, like the ending, when things have built up. But this season is just everything has built up to this season. I mean, it really is the battle of the families now. Who is going to come out on top? And I'm so conflicted because after it was kind of revealed who Jon Snow was.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who I want to win. Like, I love them both, but I never really gave a lot of credit to Jon Snow. And I never read the books just because I tried. And I didn't like the separate point of view thing, because what I would do is I would be like, I don't care about you. I don't care about you. And I would just skip all of the book and only read the person that I cared about.
Right.
So I was like, this is not going to work. But I never really gave a lot of credit, and I never put a lot of faith or hope into Jon Snow, because he was just like, oh, it's, Ned Stark's bastard. He's just kind of, I'm sure he'll die in like season 4 or something. So for him to be revealed as this really key person, now I'm conflicted, because either Daenerys has to win or Jon has to win. Like,
well, considering that Jon is, I believe, part Targaryen now, right? He's part Stark, part Targaryen.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any possibility that he joins forces with Daenerys?
I want to believe that, but knowing George R.R. Martin,
yeah,
I don't think so. He is the son. I know maybe I'm getting my family tree mixed up, so I don't want to say anything.
I know, right?
The Targaryens are so confusing that I really can't keep them straight.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, Daenerys is the rightful ruler because there was no one else. But with the reveal of Jon Snow, he's technically the rightful ruler. Do you know what I mean? Like, even though he was married to a Stark, the Stark actually was married just with. Yes, I know him personally, KP2.
Many people technically have some type of claim to the throne.
Yeah,
I would say Daenerys has the
as
most.
True as well, wasn't he the son of the Mad King? Am I misremembering that?
Who, Jon? No, Jon was the son of Lyanna Stark and a certain Targaryen that Lyanna was in love with. Well, I believe was in love with. A lot of people think that it was Rhaegar. A lot of people thought Rhaegar stole Lyanna and raped her and all this kind of stuff, but I believe Lyanna actually was in love with Rhaegar and left willingly and had Jon Snow. So Jon Snow is part Stark, part Targaryen. Daenerys, I think she's just full blood Targaryen. If anybody deserves a throne, it probably would be her. But the show is called A Song of Ice and Fire, so you have to wonder if it's about ice being Stark, fire being, Targaryen, and the battle of those two. So yeah, it might be like a lose-lose situation there where we want both Daenerys and Jon to be alive and to win, but maybe one or both dies. I don't know. This is going to be rough.
Game of Thrones Wikipedia says Prince Rhaegar Targaryen was the eldest son of King Aerys, the second Targaryen, and his sister wife Queen Rhaella, which made me think of something I'll bring up later. As heir apparent, he was the Prince of Dragonstone and Crown Prince for the Iron Throne. So after Aerys II died, it was supposed to be Rhaegar. After Rhaegar died, it's meant to be Jon Snow. But since Rhaegar died, it just went to the sibling. So that's how Daenerys fits in. But
so
I just remembered
Jon was the
incest
daughter
is a
or
thing.
son of,
Yes. So it says the sister wife, which means he married his sister, which is how he was the full-blooded Targaryen.
Oh my God. It's getting crazy.
And then you think of Cersei and Jaime, they're incestuous, and so technically, while she is his aunt, maybe they will join forces. And in the world of Westeros, it's not weird for incest to be, especially in the Targaryens.
It's not
they married into each other all the time.
I would say it's a possibility. I think we can hold on to hope of that happening. But either way, that was an awesome trailer.
I'm so excited. Trailer. I have not been thinking about it because it should be already playing. Like, we should already be into like episode 4 or 5 by now.
Right.
So the fact that we have to wait, I've just not been thinking about it.
I've been enjoying The Leftovers in the meantime. The Leftovers kind of took over the slot of Game of Thrones this year, and The Leftovers is freaking amazing this season. So I'm okay with the delay, and I can wait. I just hope this season delivers, and I hope that the wait for next season isn't that long.
Yeah, I'm really nervous, and I understand why they delayed this season because they wanted the scenery to be right. I'm really worried that they're going to be like, oh, we got to delay it again because we got to make sure we're in the right season. Like,
yep.
And if it was anybody else, I'd be like, why the heck can't you film 13 episodes in the winter season? But just with the scale of each episode and how much work goes into it, like the scene. I believe last season or the season before, when she's being attacked and her dragon swoops in and saves her, and that massive scene where he comes back and that they use for every Game of Thrones trailer now of Daenerys standing and the fire bombs going off in the background. The people were actually lit on fire. Like they were lit on fire with suits, and they had to redo the scene a bunch of times.
It's the most expensive show, I believe, ever made. So
insane.
The production value on each episode alone is reaching some movie production budgets.
It really, but it's to that scale. Yes, they do use special effects sometimes, but they're really hard to spot when they do. Like, even the dragons, which are obviously special effects, are still really damn good.
They do look very good.
So I'm willing to wait for the show because it's so worth it, and because the value of it is just so good, and I'm so excited.
I'm going to miss it when it's done. Although we are looking forward to some spinoffs now as well. So it seems like we're going to be in the Game of Thrones universe for a very long time.
I don't know how I feel about spinoffs. Spinoffs are my biggest pet peeve.
Yeah.
which is why I did not like. I loved Breaking Bad, but I did not like Maddie F and Matt. I went through 7 pairs of pants in this segment. I did not like Better Call Saul because I feel like those characters in that universe, like, it had a story to tell. The story has been told. It's done. So as much as I love Game of Thrones, when they're done telling their story, that's it. And it's the memory of it and going, oh, that was I wish I could watch it again for the first time, is more valuable to me than let me immerse myself in the entire, I want to know what happened to this guy and this guy and this guy, and let me just, immerse myself in game. For me personally, I don't like spinoffs, and I don't like unnecessary sequels.
No, I get the mindset. I do enjoy Better Call Saul for what it is, but I understand the mindset for sure. It's not something that I feel was necessary. And I don't think Game of Thrones spin-offs are necessary. It's just, in the end, it is a money grab. Game of Thrones is huge. They want to keep that going.
That's what bothers me, is the money grab, which is my complaint with the video game to movie thing, is the money grab,
Well, either way, we will be talking about Game of Thrones for the foreseeable future, and maybe we'll even do some live watch-alongs for Game of Thrones this summer.
Exciting.
I hope so. I hope we can get those to happen. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to hit that like button or sub button on youtube.com/The Level Up Network. And if you want to catch these reactions live, go to twitch.tv/The Level Up Show and follow us there. Until next time.
Come join the greatest community ever.
Thank you. Kelly's a part of our community, of course. Until next time, take care. And as always, don't forget to level up. You got to be a part of that, Kelly. That was cool.
That was so exciting.
All right, guys. Kristen is home. I'm going to go say hi to her. We're going to go to commercial break. I will definitely do that. Hold on tight, Miss Mel. Miss Mel is here. I'm going to be back in a few minutes. It'll be a little longer this time. As I said, Kristen is home. So give me 2 to 3 minutes, and I'll be right back. Welcome back, Level Uppers, to the Level Up Show, episode 171. This is a gaming dedicated talk show on every Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. If you like what we're doing at any point, please just hit that heart button here at twitch.tv/The Level Up Show. We will give you a shout out. You'll get notifications whenever we go live, so long as you turn on notifications. Also, a reminder that anything worth $5 or more tonight will get you a spin of the prize wheel. I saw that KP 2.0 did a 500-bit cheer. He restored his health to 1,000 HP. He's staying as the Bit Boss. Thank you so much, Kyle. I'll give you a wheel spin in just a moment. We are, of course, urging you guys to sub right now more than anything else, because if we hit 80 subs by the fall, we're going to get on the front page of Twitch as a part of a partner spotlight. It's a big deal. Really could change things for us. So if you are a Twitch Prime or Amazon Prime member, you can sub to our channel for free manually each month. Keep that in mind. It would be a really big help towards us getting our dreams come true. All right, I think we got Derek on the line. Derek, are you here?
I am totally not here.
Derek, why aren't you here? Join me.
Because I am in the cosmos.
In the cosmos. Well, welcome from the cosmos to the Level Up Show, Derek. It's very nice to have you.
Thank you.
How's it going, man? What's going on with you?
Oh my God, it's been a hectic week trying to get everything in order. But otherwise, life is pretty good. Pretty good.
Good, I'm glad. What have you been playing this week, Derek?
I've been mixing up between Persona 5, Elder Scrolls, Skyrim, and I played a little bit of Rocket League last night.
Oh, cool. Everybody, of course, Derek is a part of our Twitch team. Make sure to go to twitch.tv/the9fox and give Derek a follow. Support the community. Derek, we're going to do a wheel spin for Kyle real quick.
All right. Come on down.
Come on down. This better not be any more lunges. I will die. Seriously, I will die. All right, what do we got? What do we got?
Hey, at least it's not suicide squats.
1 month of special thanks goes to KP 2.0. Is he already in there? Are you already in the special thanks? I feel like he might be. I'm going to give another wheel spin. I think he's already in the special thanks. Because he tips us so often. He's one of our top tippers. Instead, you are going to get a custom welcome message, which I think you might already have as well, but if not. Kyle, do you have a custom welcome message? If you don't, please whisper it to me. And I will set it as your custom welcome message for the next month. You deserve it, man. Thank you so much for your continued support. He is a $10 sub. He tips all the time. Can't thank you enough, man. All right, let's get back into... Oh, no, we had another giveaway to do first. Oh, and I gotta do the other giveaway. All right, so we're going to reveal the other giveaway, see if anybody got it or not. Guitar Freak, you are the only one that wants Metrico Plus. You got it, man. I'm going to give Metrico Plus to Guitar Freak 12345. I'm going to type that in real quick. And the next game we're going to give away is called This Is the Police. Have you ever heard of this, Derek?
Yeah, it's actually a strategy game where you're the police commissioner and you're trying to balance working with the mafia with trying to keep the people safe.
Okay.
Actually, it's pretty interesting. I heard great things about it.
Okay, there you go. So we're going to do the same thing as previously. We're going to do 500 XP per ticket, and you can purchase a total of 5 tickets. And this is for this. It's called This Is the Police. Is that right, Derek?
Yep.
This is the Police.
Yeah, hopefully there's no Sheriff Eli in it.
Hopefully not. That guy's awesome.
He is.
He's the best. All right. It has begun. This is the Police. 500 XP per ticket. 5 tickets maximum. Go ahead and enter if you guys want a chance at winning that. You might be the only one that enters, and therefore you're going to get it. Kelly. Kelly enters the raffle. It's her humble bundle. Oh my God, Kelly. All right, there we go. We got somebody else in there too.
Yeah, Joey.
5 tickets for Joe. All right, let's get back into the level update. First up in this second part, Final Fantasy 15 has had a survey go out over the past week, and it's asking the gamers, the players of Final Fantasy 15, which DLC content they would like to see most. There's a whole bunch of options here. I'm going to read them off. You got Arden's Past story content, Lunafreya's activities, Kor's activities, the Line of Lucis story content, Ifrit's betrayal story content, the World of Ruin, Noctis's disappearance, and then they have playable characters. You could be Kor, Aranea, Iris, Lunafreya, Gentiana. There's an additional mode DLC for hard difficulty. And lastly, there are upgrades either for armor abilities or new stat changing magic. So you can go take this survey right now and choose. You can only choose one option for which one you would like to have the most. And we're going to put in the poll in the chat for the story content. I chose the 5 that I think are the best. And I want to see what you guys think. So which one of these would you choose? Would it be Arden's Past, Kor's activities, the Line of Lucis, Ifrit's betrayal, or the World of Ruin? Derek, go. What do you think?
I think 1 or 3.
Line of Lucis?
No, Ifrit's betrayal.
Ifrit's betrayal, which happened way in the past. You hear it in the mythology of the game, in the cosmology, I think is what you read it as throughout the game. That kind of stuff, it sucks, wasn't a part of the main game, because that really is the story. That's like everything's told in the cosmologies as far as the lore of this world, and I feel like the game would have been so much more engrossing if they could have found a way to incorporate that all into, even if it was like a 10-minute prologue at the beginning of the game, kind of like Lord of the Rings, how it has that opening scene that explains the mythos of Middle Earth. If they could have done something similar to that for Final Fantasy 15, I think that would have been really cool.
Yeah, I think it would have also pretty much added more to the ending, just because the ending really was the weakest part of the game.
You think so?
Yeah, I think it was, just because it didn't really... Well, granted, we both were following the game pretty religiously,
right,
so we kind of knew what was going on. But in terms of the game alone, didn't really give that much meat, you know?
No, it didn't. There's very minimal storytelling. There's a lot of content there, but what I know Final Fantasy IV, the franchise for, is great storytelling. Melodramatic, of course, but still within the JRPG genre, really great storytelling. And this game was just kind of lacking in that regard. What's there in the background as far as the story is solid. I just wish they could have found a way to tell it better. And what's kind of a bummer about it all is it seems like this is their answer, is by adding it in as DLC instead. If it was my choice, I would want either Arden's Past or Ifrit's Betrayal. I think Arden's story is also very, very interesting. And I think he's one of the best villains the franchise has ever had. And if he was fleshed out a little bit further, I think he really would have been up there.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah. He's really the most successful villain in the Final Fantasy franchise when you think about it. He accomplishes everything he wanted to accomplish pretty much throughout the game.
Except at the end where it all just flowed down into nothing.
Well, no, that kind of is what he wanted as well. He wanted to die. He wanted his life to be ended. He had lived in eternity waiting for death while also destroying the line of Lucis, and he gets both of those. He destroys the line of Lucis, he destroys the ring, and he dies. So he gets everything he wanted.
I thought there would be more death in there somewhere, but okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you plunged the world into
darkness.
Years of darkness. I'd expect more of kind of I want to say just cheesy overall villain, not to be kind of, but still he's a really good villain. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just expecting that quirk with him somewhere, but
right. I gotcha. I don't think he really wanted to kill a ton of people so much as he just wanted to kill Lucis. The line of Lucis, they stole the throne from him. He wanted to kill that line, and that was his main goal, and he did accomplish that. I thought the voice actor for him was excellent. I thought the final battle with him was really exciting. I just thought I actually was a pretty big fan of the ending overall. I think the build up to the end in like chapters 11 and 12 wasn't the best, but I thought like the last hour alone, just that last hour with fighting him and then the credit scene with Noctis and the buddies, that all hit me pretty hard. I thought that was really well done.
yeah, especially just flying through the air, it just felt like what you wanted kind of Dragon Ball Z to feel like in a game.
Right. There's a little too much autopilot. A little too much autopilot. It happened during the Leviathan battle too. Just a little too much taking the control away from you. I think they could have done a little bit of a better job with that. I think it had a lot to do, again, with the time constraints. You could see that as the game went on, that they were clearly rushed. It's a bummer. That's why I'm really excited about the future of Final Fantasy, because I feel like we're past this now. Like Final Fantasy 15 versus 13 is done. All Final Fantasy 14, A Realm Reborn, and all the problems trying to rectify that are gone. They can just focus on making good Final Fantasy games again, and I hope 7 Remake is the start of that. And 16, whoever's working on 16, I don't know exactly, but I hope that they're...
No, that I'm doubting that's even in the planning stage just right now.
I think that they probably have Ito, I would imagine, as the runner on that new game, but I don't think it's gone past like very early pre-production. I think they're very early on.
No, I think they're trying to make their way through 7 Remake and Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah.
And I would kind of be worried a little bit about those two games as well as 16, because the rumor floating around Square Enix is that Kingdom Hearts is just going to be out next year, do or die.
Really? Excuse me. We're going to talk about that a little later. I have another story on both 7 Remake and Kingdom Hearts 3 that is a little bit opposite of that, actually. So we'll have to talk about that more later. But for now, let's look at the poll here. It looks like the majority has voted for either Arden's past or Core's activities. And there's also a few for the line of Lucis. None for Ifrit's Betrayal on there, and none for the World of Ruin. World of Ruin would be pretty cool because... that's a whole 15 years of darkness where you could control Prompto, Ignis, and Gladiolus and see what they were up to. And there were certain characters that I would have liked to have seen grown up that I didn't get to see grown up. Like, what was her name? The mechanic. I would like to have seen how she aged.
Oh, Cindy.
Yeah, I would like to have seen how she aged. But they didn't show that. Whatever. All right, Derek, thanks for joining me, man.
All right, I'll see you around, Drew.
All right, level up.
Level up.
All right. So next up, what do we got here? Buddy Doze said, took out my snake while watching the show. And Automod didn't allow it. I'm going to allow that because I don't think it's as dirty as Buddy Doze was intending.
No, I don't think so either.
Took out my snake while watching the show, and it got banned by Automod. That's amazing.
Did you relax those rules some?
I did. It's on low, and it's still.
I like that they took the time to put that phrase in there as sketchy and worth blocking.
They went all out with Automod, man.
Yeah.
They didn't mess around. All right, we have anybody else on the list, Kelly?
Diclonius still isn't working.
Okay.
I've been in and out I don't know if you've seen me popping in and out trying to help him set it up and get it working, but we just can't figure it out. Matty F and Matt is at the top of the list if you want to either reuse people or if you just want to.
I think we'll bring
or...
Maddie back for the final story of the night. This story will go with you. Mario Cross Rabbids has been leaked. Did you see this story?
Oh, I saw that there was a game for Mario and Rabbids.
Right. So some of the promotional stuff, like the slideshow stuff, I guess, has been leaked. Let me put this up on the big screen for you guys. And I'll read off some information here. Polygon writes, this week's leak of the key art for Mario Cross Rabbids Kingdom Battle has led to more information about the still unannounced Nintendo Switch turning up online. Nintendo World Report credits an anonymous source for the leaked images. The first of the slides suggests that Mario Cross Rabbids Kingdom Battles will have a 65%, 35% balance of turn-based fighting and exploration. The game's action will be weapons-based as evident from the initial art leak, and each of the playable Mario and Raving Rabbids heroes will have a unique playstyle. Players should also look forward to two-player co-op feature and a 20-hour story mode according to the slides. As for the exploration, there are 4 world environments to discover filled with Easter eggs and puzzles. Here's the strangest part about this the section of the game. The presentation suggests that players don't actually take control of the Mario or the Rabbids while adventuring around the world. They instead direct them to where they need to go by using an original character named Tutorio. Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle is expected to launch between August and September. We've reached out to Nintendo and Ubisoft about these leaked details, but the official reveal will most likely come at E3 2017 in June. That's all according to Polygon, of course. As you can see, there's the slide saying 35% exploration, 65% turn-based combat. I think it's really cool that it's turn-based. It almost feels like this is a Nintendo South Park Stick of Truth. It's going to be quirky, it's going to be goofy, but it's also going to be a turn-based RPG. I'm not down on this. I actually think this is kind of cool. I hope that it delivers. The script needs to be good, the comedy needs to be good, and they need to nail that turn-based battle system. And it's another game to fill out the slate of Switch titles coming this year. So that's pretty cool. What do you think, Kelly? Does this interest you at all?
It does. The only experience I have with Rabbids was the Rayman Raving Rabbids Wii game, which I loved. I mean, we played that game all the time as kids because it was just so fun,
right?
And just so goofy. But I never got kind of a goofy vibe from Mario. Mario was very much a like, okay, everything's trying to kill me. I'm a little bit stressed out. I wanted to finish the game, whereas Rabbids was more playing with your friends and shooting plunger guns at things. And so I'm interested to see how they're going to combine the two. I really think that this is either going to be a complete success or a flop. I really don't think it's going to be like it's okay. I think it's either just going to be a mess or a success. And I'm really curious to see which one it is. I'm not really sure how the Tutorio character is going to work.
That is the red alarm for me. I don't understand why you wouldn't have control of Mario or the Rabbids. Why take that control away? That seems really bizarre to me.
Yeah, like I don't understand how you play the game in an exploration fashion without. Do they just mean like you can't like first person or third person? Like maybe you tap somewhere and it or you point somewhere and it goes where you want it to go. Like I
that's
don't know.
What's weird. Does it mean like it's point and click where you like point and Mario walks to that point, or do you control Mario on the field and then when you get into battle it's turn based and you're choosing from menus because that's typical turn based anyway.
Yeah, that's a turn based. So I'm really interested to see how they handle that.
Yeah, me too.
Because I feel like you can't have exploration without having control of the characters you're exploring with.
Yeah.
I think a more interesting thing to do would have been, they have all the characters. They have Peach, and then they have like the Rabbids version of Peach, and they have Mario and the Rabbids version of Mario. To each have their own kind of skill set. And if you're exploring with a certain character, you get a certain buff, or you find different things, or you can locate certain areas. So to have control over maybe one character at a time, like a party leader kind of thing. And to explore the world that way and to see, I really couldn't get anywhere with Mario, but maybe as like Rabid Mario, I will. So I'm
it
nervous.
Seems like that's a possibility
tutorial.
Based on the information here.
Maybe
that each character is going to have their own skill set and their own play style.
I hope so.
It's something to keep an eye on, and I do think if it comes out in September, I think Splatoon is like July or so. So it's a few months after Splatoon. If there's nothing else in that area, and then the new Mario game closes off the year in the holiday season. It seems like it might be in a window that there's not a lot of other Switch titles, so it might fill that gap and do pretty
And
well.
the Switch does need more titles, so
yeah, and to have Ubisoft and Nintendo both collaborating and marketing this thing together, you might be a pretty big marketing campaign for this thing. We'll have to wait and see.
I'm really interested to see the turn-based. I think I have an idea of what the turn-based combat will be like, what the weapons will be like, and the fighting system will be like, just from playing Mario and playing Rabbids games.
Right.
But I don't know. I'm nervous just because I don't know what to expect, and because it's one of those things. It's like it's just so crazy. It might work.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
You know.
Exactly.
So I don't know. I'm excited to see the reception of it, and after people have played it. I won't get to play it myself because I don't have a Switch. I'm working on getting one because I really want to play one. Actually, I was telling Joey the only reason I want a Switch is so I can play Mario Kart.
Oh, really? Wow.
But if I do get a Switch by the time this comes out, I'll definitely pick it up. At the very least, try it out, but I don't know.
Very nice. All right, if Maddie is still available, I will talk with him for this final story of the night.
Sure, let me move him in. And I've just learned a new feature on Discord where I don't have to like right click. I can just click and drag.
Oh, that's cool.
Here. I didn't know that until tonight, like 3
You are the law.
transfers ago. I'm the boss, man.
Maddie, can you hear me? Is he already in here, Kelly?
He is in here. He might not have been ready. I don't see him.
Okay.
Joey's in here as well if you want to talk to Joey as well.
Yeah, sure. I can talk to Joe. Joey.
Oh, I was just like using my backstage pass and lurking. That's what I call my admin privileges.
Backstage pass. Joe, we got another story for the night, the final story of the night, actually. And in my opinion, it's a pretty exciting one, at least interesting one. So Final Fantasy VII Remake and Kingdom Hearts 3, according to lead staff, is coming in, quote, the next 3 years or so.
Oof.
So let me read the story from not stories so much, it's actually just quotes from the lead staff. Katase said, "For this project, we aim to surpass the original work in terms of quality by increasing the number of staff to strengthen the core company development as we head into the development progress phase." Who knows what that means? A lot of people are like, they haven't even started development. No, I wouldn't say that. Who knows what development progress phase means? They have weird shit phrases for everything over there. Nomura said, 20 years have gone by and the number of generations that aren't familiar with Final Fantasy VII is increasing, so we must remake the game using today's technology and systems in order to make it into a title that can last several more decades. Reproducing the world of Final Fantasy VII in high definition requires an extraordinary amount of time and resources, so we'll need all the help we can get to shorten that. As those of you concerned with the industry may already know, the number of domestic staff is significantly lower compared to that of foreign high definition developers. Therefore, in order to further strengthen the development of this title, we must urgently recruit as much staff as possible. And finally, Hamaguchi said, from the pursuit of a new Final Fantasy game experience that can only be made through this remake to the graphical challenges that come from the possibilities of evolving technologies, yes, we have everything that a creator needs to create in this here environment. So trying to qualm some fears there. But they also said throughout all this that both these games are coming in the next 3 years or so. That could mean 1 year. It could mean 2 years. Which one is coming first is the question for me. What do you think there, Joe? And I'll put that poll in the chat as well.
I think Kingdom Hearts is definitely going to come first before Final Fantasy.
Okay.
And I think it's kind of right on the money. I didn't expect any of those games to come out anytime soon, like considering what it takes now. Like, for example, like the other day I bought, this is going to be kind of like unrelated and random, I bought Gears of War 4.
Okay.
But I bought it on Windows 10, and it was the biggest game I ever downloaded. It was 80 gigs large. So Kingdom Hearts and like Final Fantasy VII, it's considering what it takes to put these games together and actually render them in like high definition and 4K and have them still be great games that look amazing and don't crash when you're doing something cool. It takes a lot longer to make them nowadays.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, that's just the era that we're living in, especially now that all games are supposed to not only compete with other games that have great stories and great gameplay, but you have to compete with, all right, we have to do 4K. We can't not do 4K now, guys. Yeah. And it's going to take forever to develop these games, which sucks. So I'm hoping to see Kingdom Hearts in like at least the next 2 years, if any. I can wait a little bit longer for Final Fantasy because
I'm okay with waiting for all of them, to be honest with you. I'm so used to Square Enix announcing their games way too early that I'm almost desensitized to this at this point, where I'm just like, yeah, it's probably 10 years away. Who knows? But I kind of, my one concern though is that it is going to come out on the PS4, the first episode, and then clearly episode 2 and 3 are going to come out on the PS5, and there's going to be this inconsistency in the graphics and all of that. At this point, if it's going to be 3 years away, I kind of hope that they make it a PS5 launch title, at least cross-generational. I should come out on PS4 as well. That's what they announced it on, was PS4, so it should also come out on that console, or a lot of people are going to be very upset. But I want them to take advantage of the PS5 if it really is 3 years away. That way, when episode 2 and 3 or whatever come out, there's not that much of a graphical inconsistency.
I mean, I think they're going to end up releasing it on the PS4 and the PS5 if the PS5 is that close, because to have it just be an exclusive PS5 launch title is going to piss off a lot of people. Like, I would personally be upset because my PS4 Pro is not that old. You know, like, I just have had it for only like not even a year yet, and by the time the PS5 comes out, my PS4 Pro cannot be outdated. Like, there's
but look at, for instance, Breath of the Wild. For all intents and purposes, that is a Switch launch title. Nobody acknowledges that it came out on the Wii U. It doesn't matter that it came out on the Wii U. It would matter that 7 Remake came out on PS4. But if it were to be a PS5 launch title, that would be a very big deal. That would be so cool to see that happen. And I'm okay waiting that long too. In all honesty, I'm okay waiting 5 years if it means they release this entire game in one package. That's ideal to me. I would love for them to release this in all one package, even if the game costs $100. Even if they said this game is too big, it's $100 because it was that much work. I'd be like, all right, here's my money. I'm okay with it.
Like a true fanboy, Drew.
No, I'm serious, because like I would be so happy for the cohesiveness of it all in one package. I still have some concerns about this being split into episodes. I don't know how that's going to work exactly. Obviously the game, when it came out on PlayStation, was 3 discs. And if they do something similar to that, okay. But the difference here is that what if we have to wait 1 to 2 years between each episode? The momentum is going to be destroyed. That's where I become very concerned. I don't want the momentum to die in between episodes.
Right.
It's weird. Let's go to the poll
here. It might
here.
actually end up making the game better. I mean, depending on how they do the episodes, if it's not like the way the Telltale games do it, where you have just enough to keep you wanting to play more, but you feel a little unsatisfied, maybe they'll actually make it so there's things to actually keep you busy between episodes, since they've had so many years to work on it.
That's possible. Yeah. As for the poll, it is dead even. 50-50.
Whoa.
And there's a fair amount of votes in there, too. Let me check real quick. Oh, we got a Titus laugh. My mouse is going crazy right now. All right, so there was 16 votes, and it was exactly 50-50.
No, God, please.
That's pretty crazy.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. At this point, I do think I expect Kingdom Hearts 3 to come first.
That I can't wait for. That I would pay $100 for, because I've
Would
been
you
waiting
like
for that game to come out. Yeah, because I've been waiting for it for such a long. Especially at the end of Kingdom Hearts 2, you knew there was going to be a 3. And how long ago did Kingdom Hearts 2 come out?
It was 2005 or 6, I believe.
Oh my god. I'm getting old. I have acid reflux now. Okay? Like, this game needs to come out before I'm old, decrepit, and in a nursing home.
I had acid reflux this morning too, Joe.
It's horrible. Aging sucks.
We can be acid reflux buddies.
I hate this.
Johnny broke the tie. It is now 44% to 55.6%. Actually, I think somebody else broke the tie.
Yeah.
And Chairman Moldy Lung.
That's it, yeah. So Kingdom Hearts 3 is now in the lead for most likely to release first. And I would probably agree with that. It's just not as ambitious a title as Final Fantasy VII Remake. Clearly, it isn't. If they have to divide the game up into 3 episodes, that's crazy. That's just absolutely crazy. I still can't believe this is a thing. Do you think it's going to be at E3, Joe?
Final Fantasy VII?
Yeah.
Probably not. I can't see them announcing anything else for it. Like,
they don't need to announce anything, but if they could just give me what Aeris and Tifa look like, I would be so happy. I just want to see what they look like in HD, beautiful. I just want to see what they look like, Joe.
I mean, at best, like Square Enix might they might throw you a little bone. Like, it may not be some big reveal, but it might be in an interview or something that they're working on. I would definitely love to see that. And I can't you wait though? Like, don't you want to?
No, I can't wait. I can't wait.
Like?
I need to see the girls. I need to see the girls.
I think you're gonna have to wait so that they'll finally reveal. You'll see Tifa and Eris like in the real first trailer for it. That's when you'll see them.
I would even be satisfied with key art. Just give me what they look like. I don't even need to see them in motion. I just need to see what they look like in the game. Please. I just want to see if Tifa is going to have her Advent Children outfit, or if she's going to be with the white tank top and the short skirt and the huge boobs. Like, I need to see. I need to know what they're going for here.
I hope they go with Advent Children models. Like,
Advent Children was an awesome design for Tifa.
That was amazing, yeah.
Although I'm not against the original Tifa either. They're going to have to make her less busty, obviously. But
hey, let's not fix what's already fixed.
Let's not fix what's already fixed.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, I'm not against busty Tifa either. But going off of how she was designed in Advent Children, they already went that direction where they pulled back on that a little bit.
Yeah, they actually made it look normal.
The longest poll ever. It's actually switched around again. Now Final Fantasy VII Remake is in first place.
Make up your mind, people.
How many votes?
Did the giveaway end for the second one?
No, I haven't, because I have a third giveaway I'm going to do as well, which I was going to start once I close that one off. I'll do it right now. I'll shut it down. Let's see. We have a lot of people in this one. Okay, cool. This is the police. I'm going to close and draw right now. And the winner is
Joey.
Alex Bustos 98.
Woohoo!
Getting This Is the Police. Let me write that into my outline here.
What software are you using for selecting the winner?
It's called DeepBot.
It's
okay.
He's spinning.
Okay.
I can make it
it's a
timed.
series of coins he's flipping.
I can make it timed if I wanted to, and that way it just automatically reveals itself in the chat, but then I don't get to see it and talk about it. And I'll miss it. And that's not okay.
Somebody will notice it and alert you.
That's true. All right, it's in the chat as in my outline as Al Boosty, but I'm not going to correct it. I know who that is. All right, we're going to reset that one, and we're going to start the. Let's do the sub/patron giveaway. Now, if you guys don't know, anybody who is a sub or patron is automatically added into this every month. This month we are doing a $20 code, most likely PSN, since that seems to be what our community is all about. Let me transfer over all of our subs right now. Some of these subs will not be included, such as Dean, Greg, and whatnot. So if those ones win, we will just redraw. Hold on one sec. Let me.
Speaking of Greg, do you know if he's gonna make it tonight?
I haven't gotten any messages from him, so I would say no, probably not. All right. There we go. We moved all of our subs over to VIP Gold, and I'm going to add them in to this raffle. So this raffle, there is no tickets or anything like that. As I said, everybody is included automatically. Hold on. So.
Oh, they got Diclonius working.
Yay, that's good.
Is there an opportunity for him to slide in here?
He could join me for on the spot once I start that.
Yeah, sure.
Hold on one sec. I'm just going to set up this giveaway. Okay. So we are going to include offline, and we are going to add all VIP. Okay. I think this will work. Let's see. I cannot read right now. It's so hard to read this. It's so small. I wish they made the font bigger.
Dude, whoever wins this $20 PSN card, like, just heads up, Bloodborne is on sale for $17.49. Like,
Okay.
It's a really good sale going on right now.
So we don't need to enter type, because the level up bot says type PSN card to enter.
Actually, I'm going to cancel that one because I need to type in only VIP Gold can enter this. Oh, don't try and enter it, guys. Nobody try and enter this. I'm literally going to do this all within the span of 5 seconds. I'm just going to add everybody and then draw the winner. So
Okay,
nobody
so there's
enter
no need
this.
to type anything.
Nobody, needs to type anything. You are automatically entered if you are a sub or a patron. All right, start.
Dean is celebrating Memorial Day, so he was not able to make it.
Okay, everybody's been added. We have 60-something people in the raffle, and we are about to draw the winner. The winner of the $20 code, probably PSN, is
Joey.
Long Bong Magong. I believe that's Dustin. I think that's Dustin. I think that's his alternate username. So
Long Bong Magong.
Long Bong Magong
Oh dear
is the
Lord.
winner. He is currently offline, unless Dustin is in the room, the lone gunman. But
I thought I saw him very, very early on, but I haven't seen him recently.
okay,
Let me see if he's still in here. No, he's not still in here.
Okay, so Dustin. I'm going to type his name in here real quick. Dustin. And we have one more Steam Humble Bundle thing to give away as well. And we also need to start sub-only chat very soon. Wow, this show is going long, isn't it? We haven't even gotten to the topic of the week
I mean,
yet.
you did have like 8 co-hosts. So.
Yes, that's very true. Oh wait, I don't think we have any more Steam Humble Bundle giveaways for tonight. So that'll be it for tonight, and we'll do some more giveaways next week from the Humble Bundles. The longest poll ever has switched back to Kingdom Hearts 3, being most likely to release first. All right, you can bring Jose over if you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I'm actually about to do the rapid fire news roundup first.
Diclonius, can you hear us?
I think so.
There we
Sweet
go.
Jesus.
Glorious. Welcome, Jose. How you doing, man?
Oh, after my technical, I'm doing all right.
that was a lot of work for you guys. I'm sorry that happened, but you get to join me for what is a new segment on the show. Actually, it's called the Rapid Fire News Roundup. All right. So first up, real quick, we're gonna jump through these. Lawbreakers is coming to PS4. No longer PC only. I played the beta. It was cool. Nothing amazing. It was cool though. Otherwise, in some news, June 2017 games with gold PS Plus were revealed. Well, actually, PS Plus is rumored, but by the same people that leaked it last month. In Europe, it's going to be Killing Floor 2 and Life is Strange Season 1, which is awesome. That's an amazing entry into PS Plus. I have a feeling Killing Floor 2 will be different in America. We'll have to see what that'll be. For games with gold, Xbox One is getting Speedrunners and Watch Dogs, and Xbox 360 is getting Assassin's Creed 3 and Dragon Age Origins. What do you think of that lineup there, Jose? Any of those interest you?
Not really. I mean, mainly, it's good that that Europe's getting Life is Strange Season 1, but why get it if, unless they don't have the, what's it called, the disc-based retail version, then get it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Europe has the disc-based retail version yet, but if you've never played it, and if you've never seen anything, play it.
Oh, yeah. This is a great game, and it's an appropriate time considering they just confirmed Life is Strange Season 2 is in development. So it might be corresponding with that whole thing. They're trying to bring it back into the spotlight. Game had amazing word of mouth, though. It sold like 3 million units. So anybody who hasn't played it definitely should. And lastly, Microsoft has renamed their Beam service to be called Mixer and added some new features. Beam, if you guys didn't know, was Microsoft's answer to Twitch. It's on Windows, like integrated into the software, but now Mixer will allow 4 different streamers to actually co-stream together so that the screen is split into 4 different streams at the same time and they can all talk with each other. So I guess you could do like co-op type stuff that way. And there's a few other things they've added as well. So nothing wrong with some competition. Hopefully Twitch looks at what Beam is doing, or now called Mixer, and maybe tries to improve their stuff as well. As for the community focus segment of the show, Jose, we're going to move on to On the Spot, and you can join me for that this week.
Okay.
Hold on, my mouse. I have a feeling the mixer, our mic mixer, causes interference with the keyboard. It makes it so hard to control the mouse. Anyway, guys, you can submit hard-hitting questions every week on our Discord or on our Twitter at the Level Up Network, Level Spot LVL. Just use hashtag On The Spots, and you might be featured on one of our shows, like this person. Dear the Level Up Show, do you think a video game can change someone's life for the better or for the worse? Has it happened to you? This came from Ginkgo Swag. Jose, let's start with you, man. Has any game changed your life for better or for worse? And do you think it can happen to other people?
I believe it can happen. As far as any game, I believe games have changed my life for the better and even for the worse, because I've had some, within the last few years, I've had some weird stuff happen to me while I'm gaming. I mean, I don't know if you want me to go into my personal life, but...
No, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. But yeah, I get what you mean. There's some extreme circumstances where video games can be obsessive and addictive and take over somebody's life, and they can, lose family or even lose their life as a result. That kind of stuff has happened before with MMORPGs. So those are definitely instances of a game negatively affecting a person. But I find that there's many more positive stories. You could meet your future wife in a video game, for instance, or future husband. Plenty of MMORPGs have caused that kind of thing to happen, or it can help get you out of a depression. I've seen many instances where that's happened. Even with Dean, he was going through a tough time in his life, and I know video games kind of helped him to get out of that. So me personally, I love video games, and it's changed my life in the better by pushing me to do this show. Beyond that, I wouldn't really say that it's changed my life or like gotten me out of a depression or anything like that. But I do thank video games for pushing me in this direction, and like opening me up to a community of amazing people, and making kind of forcing me to become more charismatic, I guess you could say. It's opened me up in that way. So
charismatic. Wow, that's...
Yeah, I guess so. I wasn't always this way, Jose. I wasn't always this charismatic. I used to be a wallflower. So I guess video games have changed me in some ways. But yeah, I think that there's definitely a case to be made for video games having a large effect on somebody's life. And I think that's going to become even more dramatic as time goes on, especially with VR and whatnot. I think there's more opportunities for VR to be negative than positive, to be honest with you. But hopefully that isn't the case. Hopefully a lot of positive things come out of virtual reality.
I mean, I think VR can succeed, but for people like me, I'm not going to be able to use it because I suffer from, and since I think I can trust you guys to say this, I have suffered from battles with epilepsy.
Okay.
So trying to do like this and gaming all at the same time has caused me to have what's the word I'm looking for? Like a discharge in my brain to where I would basically go into fits of seizures. And yeah, so I've had both the negative and the positive. Like the positive, it's taught me to think outside the lines.
Okay. Do you want to expand on that? Like in what ways do you mean?
To think outside the lines, it makes me see the world not as black and white, but more as like black, white, and a lot of other things.
Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, expand your horizons. Yeah, it introduces you to maybe even a lot of different worlds or cultures, or in the same way that any medium can do that, but even more so with video games because you are directly involved. You're directly inputting within this, so you become more ingrained in that experience or in that culture, in that world. And therefore, yeah, it can expand your horizons in a lot of ways. I see that Crazy Legs in the chat said that it helped him in his battle with depression and disability, and that's amazing. I knew that about you, Crazy Legs, and that's so great that happened for you. And I know, did you meet your future wife through video games, Crazy Legs? I can't remember for sure if you met her through video games. I think that you might have. That's always the best. I love hearing stories like that. So a lot of positive that can come out of video games for sure. All right, Jose, I'm going to jump into the topic of the week, but first I got to go to commercial break. Thank you so much for joining me, man.
No problem.
I'm sorry that it took so long. I'm sorry that you had technical difficulties.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right, man. Level up.
Level up, dude.
All right, guys, we are about to move on to the topic of the week. It is E3 2017 Hopes and Dreams. I will start off with a lot of what I would dream to happen, and we'll read off a lot of other submittals that we had on Discord, and maybe even bring in a few more people to voice chat with me if they want. But right now, we're going to go to the final commercial break of the night. Hold on, Vatak. Hold on tight, Vatak, not hold on tack, Vatak. Hold on tight, Vatak. We'll be back in approximately 90 seconds. Welcome back, Level Uppers, to the Level Up Show, episode 171. This is a gaming dedicated talk show on every Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, if you like to stream at any point, please just hit that follow button like Tom Tree did. You'll get notifications when we go live, and of course, we will give you a shout out. Thank you to the tips and the cheers tonight. Kelly, you were one of them. Thank you to Keepy 2.0 as well, and the resubs. Keep those coming, guys. Subs are very important to us right now. If you're an Amazon Prime and therefore Twitch Prime member, help us get to 80 subs by the fall. If we do, we are promised a Twitch partner spotlight. It would put us on the front page of Twitch for a full week whenever we are live, and that would be an enormous opportunity for us that you could help our dreams come true. It really would make a big difference. It really could expand our audience and our awareness to a much bigger audience. All right, so we are going to get into topic of the week, and as I said, it is E3 2017 Hopes and Dreams. It is the first in our E3 marathon here, I guess you could call it. Hopes and Dreams this week, predictions next week, and then of course the week after that will be all of our reactions. Sunday being Microsoft and I believe Bethesda, and then Monday being Sony, and I believe Ubisoft is on Monday. I believe EA is on Saturday, so we don't know if we'll do that for sure, but we're going to do as many reactions as we possibly can. I'm going to start with my E3 Hopes and Dreams. Give this a little theatrics as I usually do. All right. Lights are down. The return of live orchestra. Of course, there's no way they cannot do a live orchestra again this year. If they don't, I'm going to be super, super disappointed. That's not even just a hope and dream. That's a prediction at this point, because the reception to the live orchestra last year was nothing but positive. So it's going to go through not just God of War this year, though. You're going to have the live orchestra with some God of War, with some Horizon, with some Uncharted, some The Last of Us. But, of course, the last part of the live orchestra will lead into the first game of the night. It's going to sound pretty superhero-ish because Insomniac is going to come out on stage and we're going to get the first gameplay demonstration of Spider-Man. And of course, it's going to look amazing. It's going to look phenomenal. But the kicker at the end of the demonstration is that it's going to end with a July 18th release date, not even 2 weeks after the release of Spider-Man Homecoming in theaters. Everybody's going to be so excited about that movie. They're just going to ride that hype. After that, the lights go back down. Sean Layden appears on the screen. He walks out on stage. You know, he does his introductions, as he usually does. We all like Sean Layden. But then he gets into some really exciting news. To start, he's going to say, PlayStation 4 Pro is doing very well for us. Better than we ever expected. But it is now the main console. We want this to take over as the main PlayStation console, and that's why we're dropping PS4 Pro to $299. The OG PS4 will go down to $199, finally dropping below that $200 price point and really hitting that mass market appeal. He will also reveal the PlayStation Plus games for July, and they're going to be good. Knack! Finally, Knack comes to PlayStation Plus. The game we've all been waiting for is coming to PlayStation Plus. But the big ones, Uncharted, the Nathan Drake collection, the entire collection will be free for PlayStation Plus in July, and Uncharted 4 Thief's End will be only $10 for the month of July if you have PlayStation Plus. Of course, all this Uncharted talk leads right into the first gameplay demonstration for Uncharted The Lost Legacy. Sorry, the second gameplay demonstration for Uncharted The Lost Legacy. It is a short set-piece demo, 3 minutes max. The way I'm imagining it, I kind of imagine like a swampy ride where they're like, I can't remember where it's located exactly, but I remember on the one cutscene they demonstrated, they were on a swamp, like riding through the river. I want like a river swamp battle going on between like boats and stuff. Maybe like a demonstration like that. Very short. They don't need to show much more. They already showed us a lot with the original reveal. So nothing more than maybe 3 minutes. Next up, lights go down. The trailer starts to play on screen. We hear a lot of familiar voices. We hear Nathan Drake. We hear Cole McGrath. We hear Crash Bandicoots. Whatever that sound is. We hear all these sounds. And then it pops up on screen. PlayStation All-Stars Round 2. Now, they will have the characters they should have had from the very beginning. They'll have Crash Bandicoot. They'll have Spyro the Dragon. They will have Cloud Strife. They will have Solid Snake. They will have Aloy. They'll have all of the PlayStation characters they should have had from the very beginning. But there's a little bit more to this game than just Super Smash Bros. Clone. Suddenly, carts come streaking onto the screen and they all jump in. It is not just PlayStation All-Stars Round 2. It is also PlayStation's new kart racer utilizing their entire franchise history. So it's everything combined. Smash Brothers and Mario Kart, the PlayStation version of it all in one package. Thank you. That would look amazing, right? Next up, lights go down again. Of course, lights go down. Red Dead Revolver and Red Dead Redemption 2 remastered pops up on screen. We see them beautiful remastered on PS4 coming out this holiday to replace, of course, Red Dead Redemption 2, which was delayed. But we do get, following the announcement of the Red Dead Revolver and Red Dead Redemption remaster, a quick trailer for Red Dead Redemption 2. Very short, very sweet, confirming once again the spring 2018 release. Fucking lights again. Just don't get on me about the lights. The lights are very important. We all need the lights. The lights go up, the lights go down. It's a dramatic effect. Why would anybody remake Red Dead Revolver? Because you can, Beers. Because you can. And because these are hopes and dreams. All right. Next up. I don't really have a lot to go off of here, but I want it to happen. Lights go down. Ken Levine walks out on stage. Somehow, he is still involved with BioShock, and they are rebooting it. They're starting fresh. There's some type of BioShock game again. I want BioShock back. I want a man. I want a lighthouse. I want a city. Give me another BioShock game. Keep Ken Levine involved in some way, shape, and form. Make it different. Don't make it underwater. Don't make it in the clouds. New atmosphere, but it needs to be the BioShock name. I need BioShock back. Joey, yes, reboots. Though you don't have to call it a reboot. It can be the same as BioShock Infinite. It's the continuation of the BioShock franchise. Another man, another lighthouse, another city. Just give me more BioShock. No, I do not want a sequel. I do not want a sequel to BioShock Infinite. I do not want another sequel to BioShock. I want a new version of BioShock. A new man, a new lighthouse, a new city. Underground Volcanic City. There you go. BioShock Inferno. Genius! Genius, genius, genius. Thank you so much of Attack. You win. All right. Next up. We got to get our PSVR portion of the show, right? They show off a lot of new games for PSVR. A lot of games that we already know about supporting PSVR, potentially. Red Dead Redemption 2 is one of them. You're going to have a PSVR compatibility with Red Dead Redemption 2. But the real news about PSVR is that there's a major price drop. That if you only want the headset, you can now get it for $249. If you want the two Move controllers and the camera, only $50 more. You can get that for $299 for the virtual reality headset, two Move controllers, and for the camera. What's more, though, we already announced a PSVR price drop, PS Pro price drop to $299. If you want the PSVR with it, there will be a PlayStation 4 Pro PSVR bundle for $499 US. Everything together. That includes PS4 Pro, headset, two Move controllers, and the PlayStation camera, all for $499 this holiday season. Boom. Mic drop. Next up, VR with Red Dead. I said it. That's right, D-Day. VR with Red Dead. Mic drops. Lights and mic drops. Next up. All right. Lights go down. That game company logo appears on screen. Genova Chen walks out on stage to reveal his new game. It is very much reminiscent of Journey. I am not a genius like Genova Chen, so I don't know exactly. I personally would really like them to expand upon what they already did with Journey. I like the anonymous gameplay. I like the multiplayer in that sense, and I like the idea of working together without actually being able to speak to each other. And to go even further up Journey, I really attach to that final moment in the game where you're trying to survive. Most of Journey, you're just kind of walking through, right? Trying to get to the mountain. But I really, really enjoy the end where you are in survival mode. You're trying to keep each other warm in the snow. I want them to expand upon that. I want two people working together to survive, completely dependent on each other, but without voice. You can only chirp at each other. You can only make signals at each other. You cannot talk to each other, but you have to utilize each other to survive. That's what I want from whatever they're doing next with that game company. So just a trailer, just a reveal for that game. Next up, Kingdom Hearts 3. Trailer, story trailer, showing off all the worlds that we are going to get in this game. We are going to get Frozen, of course. We're going to get Frozen. But as much as people don't want to see it, maybe. We're going to see Marvel in action. We're going to see Star Wars in action for the first time. We're going to see, what else? What else could we get in there? Zootopia. We're going to see, what else new could we see from Kingdom Hearts? I don't know. Give me some ideas. We're going to get a whole bunch of new worlds from Kingdom Hearts. So like a really big story trailer, maybe like 5 minutes long. But Square Enix is not going to leave the stage after the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer is done. Big Hero 6. That's good. Big Hero 6. I like that. Big Hero 6 they'll show off. Finally. Because they actually confirmed that too. We get the first live gameplay demonstration, a set piece moment from the Final Fantasy VII remake. I picture a boss battle. Here's how I imagine it though. I want to see a boss battle with Tifa, Barret, and Cloud. And I want to see how they kind of use like the Chrono Trigger-like tech effects where you all work together to create one super move. So you see them all working like singularly, right? But then you tap R1 and it moves over to Barret and he's shooting bullets. And then you jump over to Tifa and she's doing melee combat. But then in the end, all their limit breaks combine. And they do like one super move where you have to utilize all three of them together to do something just absolutely crazy to finish off the short gameplay demonstration and defeat the boss. That's what I want to see. They're not going to give a release date or anything like that. It's just a glimpse. We get to see Tifa in action. I want to see Tifa. I want to see the fisticuffs. Give me something, Square Enix. Please. We're not going to see Midgar. Oh, sorry, you mean just Midgar. Yeah, Midgar I could see showing like the traveling of Midgar. I thought you meant outside of Midgar. We're not going to see the world map, I don't think, yet. Because I don't think they're going to have the world map in episode 1. That's why I don't think we're going to get there. But we're going to get a really cool freaking boss battle. Strobe lights everywhere. Just nuts. Craziness. All right. We're getting to the final piece of the show. The Last of Us 2. It's got to be the most unlikely scenario ever. But The Last of Us 2 will close off the conference with a 5-minute gameplay demonstration. It's just Ellie alone, and she's traveling through the woods solo on a very dark night, very stealthily. She's traveling through the woods and chatting to herself, not chatting to Joel. She's chatting to herself, which is very, very kind of awkward, actually. And as she makes her way to a camp, a bandit camp, whatever you want to call it, a camp of humans. We assume bad humans, and she's overlooking it. And at that point, you realize that she has a sniper rifle. She pulls out the sniper rifle, and she's looking at this camp. She's looking at them going about their daily business. It is nighttime, though, so it's a lot of people on watch. And at that point, she looks to the right, and just outside of the camp, you can see a trap that Ellie had already set up with a whole bunch of clickers hoarded. She had hoarded the clickers to a certain area. But first, she starts by shooting a bomb that explodes a wall and allows all the clickers to come in. And then she starts singularly picking off humans within the camp. Just headshots everywhere. Bloody, gory, ruthless killing by Ellie. She kills a whole bunch of them, and the camp is going wild. And that's when Kelly stands up. She pulls out her knife. She pulls out her pistol and charges towards the camp. Screen goes to black. The kicker. Play the full 15-minute demo now on PlayStation Network. What is the open the door and close the door? I don't understand what's going on in the chat. Hold the door. So a gameplay demo releasing right after the first 5 minutes. You can play the whole 15 minutes on PSN. All right. Well, I need to know what's going on with the open the door, close the door in the chat right now. I really don't know. And that is the end of my PlayStation Unrealistic conference. Not as good as last year, I know, because I kind of blew my load on it last year. But I think there's some cool stuff in there. All right, so let's go back to some of the other Discord submittals. First, we got Dustin, who wrote in, Insomniac Games shows up with gameplay video for Spider-Man PS4, along with Tom Holland and Robert Downey Jr., in order to segue right into Square Enix's Marvel game for the Avengers, as well as a better trailer for what that series will focus on. Thank you for the applause, guys. I appreciate it. That would be pretty cool to see the first demonstration for the Avengers video game. I like it a lot, Dustin. I like it a lot. Scoozy writes in. He said, here's what I want. After all the major announcements of Sony's show, everyone is cheering for Sony. Then, for the closing remarks, Andrew House comes on stage. How cool was all of that, he says. Now, before we all leave, I just would like to say on behalf of everyone at Sony, we're glad you all came tonight. And I would like to add that we'll see you again. At which point he reaches into his coat pocket and pulls out a device that looks a lot like a PlayStation Vita. We'll have more on this later, guys. Anyway, we hope you get some sleep tonight and have a great E3. Mic drop! The first tease at the next PlayStation handheld. I really don't expect that, but that would be cool. Hids writes in. The spokesman of Sega shows up and talks about their new amazing Sega identity and the future of the company. After a while, he says, yes, we know what you wanted, and we delivered it. The Dragon of Jojima is rising. He announces the Yakuza collection contains Yakuza 2 Remake and Yakuza 3 to 5 Remastered coming to PS4 in summer of 2016. Right after, he's saying they're not done yet, and we hear the Shenmue music, and the pedals are showing up on this big screen while Yu Suzuki comes out on stage and announces the new partnership with Sega and Shenmue HD Collection coming the 29th of November, 2017. And announcing the release date of Shenmue 3 coming fall of 2018. I think I said 2016 earlier. I meant Yakuza 3 to 5 Remaster coming PS4 summer 2018, not 2016. That would be pretty nuts right there. And finally, the last submittal of the night. And after this, we're going to sub-only chat, guys. The 9 Fox writes in. Nearing the middle of the PlayStation conference, a trailer appears on a screen and the room goes dark. It shows a gate to a zoo, old and rusted. A familiar voice is heard. Come on, kiddo. We have to go this way. The two characters make their way to the monkey house while bantering to each other, showing it is no other than Joel and Ellie. Howling is heard down the hall. Both characters ready their guns and flashlights as they walk down the hallway. They run into a hunched-over monkey. The monkey then turns around and attacks, revealing that the cordyceps fungus has jumped to another species. The trailer cuts to black. The Last of Us Part 2 and Naughty Dog logo. Boom. That would be pretty freaking cool. Very scary if they jump the cordyceps fungus to animals as well. A lot of possibilities there. All right, we are going into sub-only chat, guys. So if you have hopes and dreams and you'd like to share them, you're going to have to be a sub. I need a drink. My throat is going raw here. All right, Kelly, are you in the Discord still?
You know I always am.
Welcome, Law Prater. Kelly, give me your other hope and dream besides Fable. I need one more from you.
Oh, let's see.
First, you know what? First, tell me what's going on with the door. Who's opening the door?
We must open the floodgate.
So
what just happened?
I think what it is, that was Joey. I think what it is I was trying to talk about if we had more people, kind of the order we would go in, and they were like, open the floodgates, everybody all at once. So I think they were saying, flood the level up show.
You know,
chaos. But there's 6 people in the queue on top of you, me, and Joey. So 9 people would be chaos.
Let's give it a shot. We're doing it.
Are you serious?
We're doing it.
Okay,
Chaos.
Here we go. One by one,
Everybody
we're dragging them in.
The door is open. Okay, guys, I'm going to try and keep control of you as best as possible. Let's go down the list. We got Hids in the room. We got Kiko. We got Maddie. We got Moofy. We got Kelly. We have Derek. And we have Joey. Did I miss anybody? Diclonius.
You missed Diclonius.
Diclonius as well.
Diclonius is here.
Okay, so we need somebody that hasn't yet shared a hope and dream. Moofy, have you shared a hope and dream yet?
Not yet, but I got to think about it.
Okay, Moofy needs to think. Who has not yet shared a hope and dream? Joey, have you shared a hope and dream?
I didn't, but you like hit it right on the head with the new BioShock. I would love that.
Wait, no. Do you agree with me though? Like, I don't mean a reboot. Like, I don't mean in the sense like where they're starting completely fresh. I just mean that I want another BioShock world, another Man City and Lighthouse. Are you cool with that?
I'm great with that. Like, I considered Infinite to be like a sequel to it because it's still within the same, multiverse.
Right.
And I would love another game set in another universe because I love BioShock.
BioShock is awesome. That's one of my favorite experiences from like the last 5 or so years. When did BioShock Infinite come out?
Not too long ago. Oh, God,
it was in the last 5 years, right?
Yes, it was.
It was in the last 5 years. Yeah, that's one of my favorite experiences of the last 5 years. I really, really enjoyed that game. So yeah, I'm with you there. BioShock would be amazing. Kiko, I don't think you had a hope and dream yet.
I don't know if I have one.
Well, come up with one right now,
I'm
Kiko.
working on it.
Oh, damn, he makes it show.
On the spot, part 2.
On the spot, part 2. Well, okay, let's go down the line. Jose, which conference are you most looking forward to? You most looking forward to Sony this year, or are you looking forward to Sony, Nintendo? What's going on there?
I'm looking forward to either Sony or Activision.
Activision. Does Activision have a conference this year?
I don't know.
I don't think they have a conference per se. I would imagine that they will be a part of a conference, though. I have a feeling they will be a part of Sony's conference this year. I would be very surprised if we don't get some type of World War II gameplay demonstration.
Or even beta info.
Beta info will definitely happen as well. Yeah, I think PlayStation will get the Call of Duty stuff this year for sure. So that'll be both of those combined into one show for you then. Perfect. Let's go. You got to be looking forward to Sony the most, right, man?
Actually, no. I'm looking forward to Microsoft the most.
Is that because of the Scorpio?
Yeah, they really need to bring their A game. I really need to hear what they are going to bring up to the table.
Do you think that Microsoft has a good chance at winning E3 this year?
No, I don't think so.
No?
I think Sony will kill it again, but I'm still looking forward to Microsoft the most.
Is that a freaking snake?
Scorpio is so exciting. Any new console reveal is tremendously exciting and can be a show stealer. And Microsoft has that this year, unless Sony has some secret up their sleeves as far as new hardware, like a Vita 2 or PS5. I highly doubt that. But, it's hard to compete with new hardware. That's going to really steal.
To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if they are announcing a Vita 2.
You really think so?
Yeah, I have the feeling.
That would be a megaton.
Just because I'm preparing to buy PlayStation Vita.
The first one, or are you saying you would definitely buy a second one?
I'm going to buy the first one. That's why I think they're probably going to announce Vita 2 just because of that.
Gotcha. All right, let's see who else we got here. Maddie, which conference are you most looking forward to?
Maddie cannot hear.
Okay. Maddie cannot hear.
I'm here.
Okay, he's here. There he is.
Maddie,
which conference are you most looking forward to, man?
Sony. Sony's my main. What I'm actually looking forward to, I really want to see, is DLC for Horizon.
Yeah, and I think you really might have a big chance of getting that this E3. I think they're going to show it off at least.
Not just single player. I want to see possibly a multiplayer aspect. You see all these games coming around, like Battlegrounds and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see a game where you can go up against a bunch of people and just hunt them all down.
So you want competitive then?
Yes.
Co-op could be pretty cool too. Like joining with people to take down like enormous dinosaurs, maybe like new DLC dinosaurs that haven't been incorporated into the game yet, but they can only be defeated with like multiple players.
like a raid.
Yes, like a
Exactly.
raid, but like where you really need to work together, and they add in new gameplay mechanics where they're like co-op mechanics, where you use a weapon in such a way that you're using it with your buddies.
Exactly, and also what I want to see, I want to see not Rockstar, Rocksteady's new DC project.
Yeah, I didn't even think to talk about that. Yeah, they've got to be working on something.
And in addition to that, I'm interested in seeing what Square Enix is doing with the Marvel properties. We heard that there was going to be some, what was it? Avengers.
Marvel, right? Avengers, yeah, Square Enix.
I want to see what they're doing with that.
Yeah, definitely. That would be very interesting. Moofy, what about you? Are you looking for to Sony the most or another conference?
Actually, believe it or not, I'm looking towards Nintendo the most because I think they've got the momentum going into E3 on the heels of the Switch launch, and they still have a lot. I think they still got a lot to cover. So I think Nintendo might have a good direct at least.
Yeah, they're going with what they're calling a premiere this year, if I remember right. It sounds like it's going to be very, very focused on Mario. And I mean, Zelda alone was enough for them with E3 to steal the show for some people. I mean, that was the game of the show, I should say, for E3 2016 in so many different publications and websites. And I could see that happening again this year with Mario.
Yeah, I think Super Mario Odyssey is going to be front and center, obviously.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking too, there's still bases that need to be covered with the Switch too, and this kind of goes into kind of a little hope and dream, and people could probably see where this is going, where Reggie starts announcing where they've got to get on with the online service, which means they also got to get on with the virtual console. And so, but wait, we've been hearing you, so I would just like to announce that Mother 3 will be coming to the Switch Virtual Console, translated in English.
That would be awesome. Day one. That would be awesome. That would really appeal to a strong fan base. It might not be the largest fan base, but a very strong fan base.
Yeah,
it's
like they did it with Earthbound Origins a year or two ago on the Wii U, so it could happen.
Yeah, no, it's not out of the realm of possibility for sure. That would be really, really exciting. Kiko, have you figured out a hope and dream yet?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the PC gaming show.
Okay.
Because like I said, I'm mainly just a PC gamer now. I don't have any current consoles or anything. So
anything in particular?
I just want to see what's coming up. I mean,
right.
I
didn't really get to watch too much of the PC show last year. Do you know when it's happening this year?
Monday, June 12th at 10 a.m.
Okay.
Pacific.
That works out then. We should be able to get together for that, hopefully. Is that Pacific time or Eastern time? Do you know?
I think it says Pacific, yeah.
Okay, so that's even better. So that's 1 p.m. Eastern time here. That's perfect. We will react to the PC conference then as well. And then Ubisoft will be that day and Sony will be that day. So that'll be a full day of reactions. That'll be a lot of fun. I'll keep an eye on the PC show, especially now that we have the new computer. We didn't have that last E3. So we have this new beefed up PC that we can actually play some of these games on. So I should probably keep an eye on that.
In regards to the Nintendo show, though, I want to see some Pokemon or some Smash Brothers.
Pokemon or Smash Brothers?
Stars.
Can we?
On
I agree there.
Switch.
On the Switch, yeah. I mean, is this going to be finally the open world, like multiplayer MMO type style Pokemon?
No,
never.
Never. You guys really don't think it's going to happen ever?
No,
I don't think so.
No, wait. Their form is too successful. They're never going to change.
Maybe like a massive map with like massive graphical upgrades or something like that.
I think they already did that with Pokemon Go, right?
Right, that's the thing though. Like
technically Pokemon Go wasn't Nintendo.
That's true.
Niantic,
yeah.
That is true. But here's the thing: like the Switch is finally this console handheld hybrid, right? Where it's going to be a handheld game, but it's going to look like a console game because it is a console game. So this is the first time we're going to get a Pokemon game, traditional Pokemon game that looks like a console game. And if that's the case, don't you think they could go the route of really making this feel like an open world RPG?
I wish they would.
I don't think
just
they ever
pulled the trigger on it. Huh. It's just the network.
I disagree. I think they might.
You think they might, Kelly?
I think if the fan base wants it enough, they might. I feel like they kind of started to take that route with the Sun and Moon games. I just think they didn't handle it correctly, so it kind of flopped.
Right.
But the basis is there. I mean, Pokemon Go is kind of proof of we want to go out and play Pokemon with our friends, you know?
Mhm.
So if
Yep.
they can get Pokemon to be an MMO, they can really capitalize on a concept that I think a lot of people would. I would enjoy it.
And it turns Pokemon into a service more than ever, and something that can be constantly expanded upon in the same way of World of Warcraft. I mean, I think it would be huge for them if they were to do it. Pokemon is already huge for them, though, so maybe they don't need to do it. Is the problem? I really don't know. I know personally, I've been waiting for that to happen forever. It doesn't have to be an MMORPG, but I would really like to see Pokemon become this like high production budget open world RPG in the vein of something like Horizon or whatever. Looks gorgeous, you know, seeing all the Pokemon on the field. Still turn-based, you know, obviously we still want to keep turn-based and keep it true to form, but I just think that there's so much room for expansion on what they've done with that franchise.
I got to deviate from that a little bit. I want to see them take a Pokemon game, soup it up, and I want them to put the battle mechanics of Pokken Tournament in there.
Cool. Oh, that would be amazing.
A lot of people like that, I guess.
Just went, oh.
Yeah. It's like I'm not a big fan of fighting games, but I really liked playing Pokken Tournament.
I actually never played Pokken Tournament, but
it was intense.
It's a fighting game, right?
Yeah, ruined friendships, man.
Ruined friendships. Okay, cool. Derek, which conference are you most looking forward to this year, man?
EA.
EA, really? Is that like no joke, no shit?
I want to see one or two things happen. One, I want to see the continuous train wreck, which is EA's press conference. Or two, I want to see them finally get their shit together and just condense sports into 10 minutes and give the rest to all its IPs.
Good luck with
Either
that.
way, it's a win-win for you.
I know, I can't lose.
It's a shit show, or they actually deliver.
EA is always fun to watch. It's always Ubisoft for those awkward moments last year. Oh man,
Ubisoft was considered the train wreck of E3.
Yeah, but they turned it around with Alicia Tyler, really.
Yeah, they still have their moments which are really awkward, like last year with Star Trek and having Geordi on. That was so awkward, but in the best way possible. I loved it.
I don't agree. South Park saved it.
South Park was awesome last year. That was the highlight of the Ubisoft conference. I agree with you there, Heads. Joey, have you come up with... Wait, I think you still have a Hope and Dream you need to list, right?
Who, me?
Yeah, you haven't done a Hope and Dream yet?
I honestly wasn't really thinking about it. Everything that I want right now exists.
I don't believe you.
It's like nothing else to look forward to. I was just looking forward to Zelda for such a long time as far as anything else. Like, I don't really want any new sequels or reboots. I just want new IPs. So if I have to say, I would probably be excited for like Konami. And if I could see something more about even Death Stranding, even though it's already been like done to death, like I'd be more hyped for that because at least it's something new and original.
Metroid.
And we're Metroid.
That would be huge.
I have something for you, Joey.
Shoot.
Doomfist.
What?
I just fucking spit my freaking soda on the floor, man.
Mission accomplished.
All right, wait, we got one more question down the line for you. What is the biggest megaton you could possibly imagine that could actually happen? Like, no bullshit here. Something that you actually think could happen that would be the biggest megaton of E3. Anybody have something?
Batman Beyond.
Batman Beyond being Montreal, WB Montreal, or Rocksteady?
Damn. I want to say Rocksteady.
Oh man, that would be awesome.
They finished the whole Bruce Wayne storyline. Spoilers, but yeah, Batman Beyond is what. Oh man, I love that series.
Great choice. That would be amazing. I would be so happy about that. From either of them, Rocksteady or WB Montreal, I would be happy with either of those guys doing Batman Beyond. Anybody else? Megaton?
Bloodborne 2.
Bloodborne 2. A lot of people are saying that on NeoGAF. I didn't play Bloodborne, so that didn't really come to my mind, but I know that would be a megaton for sure. A lot of people would be really excited.
Ooh, I got one.
Go ahead.
BioWare Edmonton shows off their project, aka Dylan.
So it's just a code name right now? We don't know what it is?
Yep.
Okay. So it's not going to be Mass Effect related?
No, it's not.
Okay.
They passed that off to the sad... indescribable words.
Yeah, which is now on hiatus, according to some people. So yeah, we might have to wait a long time to see Mass Effect again. But okay, Codename Dylan from BioWare to finally see that might be at EA show. So that might really boost that show for you. Anybody else?
Hideo Kojima comes out and says all the trailers that you saw for Death Stranding have absolutely nothing to do with the game. we just wanted to get all the friends we have to do stupid shit with mocap, and this is what it's actually about.
I mean, I that's not out of the realm of possibility. I think that's partially true. Like, I don't think Guillermo del Toro is going to be in the game. I think that the game is going to look like that. I think it's going to have the themes and all that he's built up, but I don't think Guillermo del Toro will be in the game. I think it was just him being like, hey guys, remember Guillermo del Toro and the shit show that was PT and Silent Hills? Well, here's a little something, just to wet our whistle, I guess. I wonder if Death Stranding will even be at E3 this year. I hope so. I would like to see more from it. I would like to see some gameplay from that, but I feel like that game's so far away that I'm okay with it not being there this E3. I'm okay waiting. I think the biggest megaton for me would be like if 7 Remake was showing off and they were like, episode 1 is this year. Episode 1 this holiday. Kingdom Hearts 3 next holiday. That would be the biggest megaton ever for me. That would just blow me
I've
away.
always wanted to see a good like Hellboy game or a good Spawn game.
Ooh, Spawn would be really cool. There's so many opportunities when it comes to superheroes, and with Marvel and DC really starting to push their properties towards big name studios, big name developers. This is a great time to look forward to all these properties. So, guys, I guess this worked out better than I was expecting. This opened the door here.
Open the door.
It worked out pretty well. You guys showed restraint. Thank you.
Hold the door.
Hold the door. Hold the door.
Too soon.
Hold the door. All right, Kelly, if you would bring it back to just you for now. Thank you so much to everybody for joining me. You guys are awesome.
Bye.
Oh, we
Bye.
missed Crazy Legs. I did not even see him in there. I'm
Oh.
so
Getting
sorry,
slammed on
Crazy
me.
Legs.
Bring Crazy Legs in. Just Crazy Legs. Crazy Legs, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Let me turn up your volume a little bit. I can't hear you too well. I hear
think it's
myself.
echo.
Hearing a lot of echo. Maybe if you could put on a headset.
Yeah, we'll move him out until he says he's good to come back in. We kind of surprised him with that one.
Yeah, if he could get a headset on, that would work out okay. All right, we're going to end sub-only chat here. We'll bring everybody back. Hold on one sec. That was fun.
That was fun.
That worked out better than I thought it would.
I was nervous. I was like, this is gonna get crazy, but it got crazy at all the right times.
Yes, it did. That worked out very well. Thank you for being the law operator tonight, Kelly, as always.
Of course.
Guys, this has been the Level Up Show, episode 171. Thank you to a lot of support tonight. Let's see if I can show that off here. Let's go back to the screen. So what do we got? We got Kyle with the 500-bit cheer. Kelly, thank you again for your $20 tip. Really appreciate that. Thank you to the follows from Tom Tree, Caleb, and Malkin, and Net Guy for the resub. Thank you so much for the resub. Once again, guys, we are working towards that sub goal of 80. If you can get us there, we're going to get on the front page of Twitch. So it's a really big deal. If you have Twitch Prime or Amazon Prime, all you got to do is hit that sub button manually each month, and you can help us get there, help our dreams come true. We would really, really appreciate it. Otherwise, if you're just watching us, we appreciate that as well. Hit that follow button here on twitch.tv/The Level Up Show so you can get notifications whenever we go live. Make sure to turn on notifications. Any news on Crazy Legs?
I haven't seen anything in chat, and he hasn't written anything, so I don't know. Joey, do you want to go check on him?
Oh, Moofy with the resub or new sub. He's actually $10 sub now. I think that's new. I think that's brand new. I don't think Moofy was a $10 sub before. Let us know, Moofy, if you are. He is now the Bit Boss as well. Bacteria. Is that how you say that? Bacteria? Bacteria. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that, man. I think he's new. I don't remember that
Bacteria
name.
9, maybe, no, Bacteriax.
Bacteriax.
Who knows?
Bacteria.
Crazy Legs is in the channel. I don't know. Did you talk to him, Joey?
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, I'm here.
Woohoo!
Oh, Crazy Legs. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Crazy Legs, you get to be here for a wheel spin. We're going to spin the wheel for Moofy, who is a new $10 sub, jumped up in tier from Twitch Prime to $10 sub. Thank you so much, Moofy. That means a lot to me. Really does. All right, what are we going to get? Oh my God. A self-shock. I've got to self-shock myself.
Oh no! Why do you do that to yourself?
Because I'm the only person here tonight. I had to fill out the wheel with some stuff. I had to add on to it.
Doesn't that hurt?
It does hurt. It hurts really bad, Kelly. Especially on level 4, which is what I have to do it on. Hold on, guys. I got to go grab it. I'm going to take off my headset for a second here. I'm not going to hear anything. All right. Hold on. I'm going to go get the self-shock device.
Get ready to clip everybody.
My legs. Oh, my
Yo,
God.
what's up, Jay Ray Bay?
All right. Holy shit. This is going to hurt. I'm putting myself through a lot of agony tonight.
You should take that off.
With the 20 lunges
still
that
there?
destroyed my legs. Okay, I'm back, guys.
Is Bean Boozled still on the wheel spin?
Bean Boozled is still on the wheel spin. Wait.
Okay.
My girlfriend finally got some of those, and yeah, I'm afraid to even touch them.
They're dangerous, dude. They're real dangerous.
Bean Boozle.
Okay, so I'm going to put this on level 4. I'm going all out. Level
My
4.
stomach hurts out of anticipation. I'm so nervous.
And pretty much what I have to do is I have to hold on to both handles at the same time. So no matter what, I'm going to get shocked. Okay, so guys, if you don't know, what I'm going to do is I'm going to press this button, and a very, very scary music is going to start. When that music ends, typically the first person that presses the handle doesn't get shocked. But since I'm holding both handles, I am guaranteed to get shocked with a level 4 shock.
Oh no.
Oh, man.
Okay, here we go.
I'm not ready for this.
I'm not ready for this either. I don't want to do this. Oh my God, here we go. Ah! God!
No, was it already? Was it instant?
It didn't wait at all. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I didn't hear the music go off.
Oh my God.
This just happened so instantly.
It didn't wait at all. It just shocked me instantly.
No, God, please, no.
Oh my God.
That was worth it.
That was not worth it, Joe.
Oh my God.
Actually, it was worth it. Moofy, thank you so much for your $10 sub. Upgrading in tier means a lot to me.
That's the only thing that'd make me do that is if somebody paid me money.
Holy shit.
I would
insane.
not do that any other time.
Oh
Or
my
any other
God.
way.
The worst part is it shocks both hands at the same
Does it
time.
really?
Yeah, because neither one of us pressed the button, so therefore it just shocks both handles.
Oh.
Oh my God. Alex clipped it. All right. Hey, Crazy Legs, now that we have you on the line, which E3 conference are you most looking forward to, and what is your absolute hope and dream?
Definitely Sony. I'm a Sony boy to the day I die. And like I was telling them, the Sega Dreamcast, can't talk, Black and Red with Sonic Adventures and Power Stone.
Oh, another cheer. Thank you for the cheer. So you want...
Why do you this to yourself?
So you want the Sega Dreamcast to come back, to be rebooted, or do you want like the old Sega Dreamcast?
I wanted it completely rebooted, just remade, everything, 4K graphics, everything from the ground up, just remade.
That would be crazy. Oh my, that's like the most unrealistic open dream ever. that would be. Do you think Sega will ever get back into consoles?
Not at all.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Not at all. I mean, I think they have a Sonic game coming out.
They do, yeah.
With the Switch, I think. But other than that, no. I don't think they'll ever.
Even Sonic, man, what happened to Sonic?
I don't know.
It's so
I miss the
disappointing.
chili dogs.
They really messed up Sonic badly. I would love to see them bring that franchise back in a big way and improve upon it, but
they need to have some like a Sonic and Shadow epic brawl like they do in Dragon Ball Z.
Right. Yeah, right. It looks like Kyle wanted to become the Bit Boss again. So thank you for the cheer of 100 bits. He is now the Bit Boss again, guys. So you're gonna have to take down Kyle if you want. If you want to take on the Bit Boss.
I'm definitely for the whole Pokemon thing.
You are for the whole Pokemon thing.
The whole fucking the whole thing, the whole
me
MMO
too.
thing. the whole RPG thing, whatever they want to do with it, the whole 3D graphics, everything, man. I still play Pokemon Go to this day.
That's the future of Pokemon. I don't understand how it hasn't happened yet. Every time we get like a console Pokemon with good graphics, it's like Pokemon Stadium or Pokemon Snap. It's never, or Pokken Tournament. It's never Pokemon.
I would not mind another Pokemon Stadium.
I wouldn't mind another Pokemon Snap.
Yeah, that too.
I loved Pokemon Snap, and especially with the Switch and like using the handheld as a camera and shit. Like they could do some cool stuff with that.
VR.
Yeah.
The VR Pokemon Snap.
AR, VR, just more Pokemon. Just give us more Pokemon, guys.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I got
Crazy
my
Legs.
thought
I do have to wrap up, man. I ran a little bit long tonight, but thank you for being my final guest of the night.
No problem. Not at all.
Hope you're doing well. I hope we can talk with you again very soon.
For sure. I'm going to go play some Friday the 13th.
Yes. I'm hearing a lot of good things about that. Even though it didn't review well, a lot of people really enjoying it.
There's a lot of bugs.
Okay.
I don't think it's worth $40, but the concept is nice.
It's definitely worth $40 when it works.
When it works.
When it works.
When it works.
I would maybe do $20 at most.
Yeah, me too. I do about 20.
Yeah, I'll wait and see. If they improve the game and fix the bugs, I would enjoy playing it with some of you guys for a community night. I think that would be a lot of fun. So I'll keep an eye on it for sure. But yeah, again,
Jason.
Crazy Legs, thanks for joining me tonight, man. Level up.
Level up.
All right, and we're back to Kelly and Joey. Hi, guys.
And then there were 3.
And then there were 3. That is going to be it for the show tonight. We did the best we could as a solo show, and that was
really fun.
Yeah, we did what we could. I thought it worked out pretty well. Thank you so much for helping me out.
Greg?
I do.
I need them.
I kind of need them.
Dean, I hope you're watching.
I kind of do need Dean and Greg, but it's a holiday weekend and people have work and stuff, so it's the way it goes sometimes. But thank you again, Kelly, Joey, everybody who joined me tonight and making this a pretty good E3 Hoops and Dreams nights. Next week's going to be even better though, because we're going to be doing our realistic E3 predictions where we're getting down and dirty and really trying to figure out what's going to happen this year. Putting together a list of 24, and actually an extra E prediction is going to come from Dave from X1 Bros. X1 Bros is joining us next week. Special guest Dave from X1 Bros will join us for Topic of the Week and share his 8 predictions for E3 as well. So it's going to be a really, really great show. I hope you all can join us. Thanks again to all the tips, the cheers, the subs, the resubs, the upgrading and tiers. And of course, thank you to all of our producers. They are Kelly Jellyfish. They are Baz023S. They are Alex Bustos98, KP 2.0, and Muto Chris Dallas. You guys make this show possible. Thank you so much. You're awesome. All right. And I think that's everything. Guys, I'll be on Tuesday. I will not be on tomorrow. I'm going to the shore with Kristen for the holiday, and I'm coming back Tuesday, but I will be here Tuesday night with more Rhyme, and again, Friday night with more Rhyme. Kristen is on Wednesdays, Dean is on Thursdays, and of course, we all get together for the Level Up Show, Sundays, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. If you haven't yet, hit that follow button so you get notifications whenever we go live. Make sure to turn on notifications. And once again, if you really, really enjoyed the stream, maybe consider hitting that sub button and helping us get towards that goal of 80 to get on the front page of Twitch. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you throughout the week with gaming talk shows and game streams. Until next time, take care. And as always, don't forget to level up. I will do a raid as well. Keep an eye on the chat, guys. I will find a raid to do. So long, everybody.